It's time to turn out the lights, grab some popcorn, and watch some horror movies. This is the Terrible Terror Podcast. Each episode I delve into the world of horror movies. Why do I do it? Well, I can't really explain it, but I love these horrifying flicks. So if you made your own movie on your phone, or made your own special effects MacGyver style, please send it my way. Now, what do you get when you take bad sets, bad acting, and a bad story? Why, you get Death Factory. Why, hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Terrible Terror Podcast. And I cannot believe it, but this is the end of season 9. Oh my god, this is crazy. So we're going to be going into the 10th season. And it's weird. I know I call them seasons, but it's not really a season, but it's a way for me to be like, it's a year's worth of, the whole show is basically what we're doing here. But it's crazy to me to think that I've been doing this thing for this long. And it's a movie here that, and I've talked about it the last couple of weeks, the episodes and the episode here, and the mini-sode before, but it's a movie where I can't believe that I really haven't done a full episode on this movie, period. Right? And there's probably going to be people that are looking at their podcast feeds or searching up the podcast wherever they're listening to their podcasts at, and they're going to be like, what the fuck is Death Factory? And that's exactly what I thought the very first time I saw this movie as well, sitting there on the Hollywood video shelf and literally picking it out because it says starring Ron Jeremy on the cover, or featuring, or with, or whatever it said, because I don't think the current picture that's available out there even has it on there. And the only reason, once again, why this was even brought to my attention was the fact that it's basically produced by the same company that produced Cocaine Werewolf. So it's like, if it hadn't shown up in that, I wouldn't have even thought about the movie. Then I was very surprised when I was going out to look for the movie. I'm like, there's no way that this is out there somewhere. Like, either I'm going to have to go rent this movie off of something, or, I'm going to have to go and maybe hopefully some type of like local place around here is going to have a copy that maybe I can just purchase and I can go that way. It'd be very, very strange to actually find a copy, like a physical copy of this movie. But to my surprise, a majority of these movies from this company are like on Tubi. And so I can't believe that's where I was able to watch this movie after so long after seeing it. Like, the first time I saw this movie was probably in 2007, maybe 2006. And I think this movie's from 2002. Right off the bat, I can definitely say that this is not a very popular movie at all, right? I again, like I said a moment ago, I really don't know if anybody else really knows about this movie except for like die-hard horror fans, right? That just watch anything and everything that come out, or somebody that is really into like the indie type of horror scene and watches these times, or even maybe the production company sees the movies pop out and then here you go, I'm going to go ahead and watch this movie too. Or maybe the last one really is like a person like me that just goes into, or used to go into, and nowadays I guess it would be like browsing these like streaming platforms that are out there, sees the name of a movie and then decides to go and sit down and just watch it. Or back when, you'd go to Blockbuster, or like I said, Hollywood Video, and go through the aisles and see what is in the horror section and be like, oh, that cover looks cool. Because honestly, the cover of this movie does look kind of cool. It's interesting enough. It's the lady that's on there with her like teeth full of metal and these like claws that she's got, and there's like blood coming down. It's Death Factory. It's like kind of a cool font and everything like that. I could see why this would like grab people. And I definitely think that it's saying starring Ron Jeremy is a big bonus for this movie into getting a lot of people to come out and watch this movie. Because I even want to say, like, our first reaction was, holy crap, Ron Jeremy's in a horror movie? Maybe we need to watch this. Like, but it wasn't because, like, oh, it's Ron Jeremy, you know, I really could give a shit about him or anything. Like, this has got to be really bad. Like, that was literally the mindset was like, if they're pimping Ron Jeremy in this has to be a really bad fucking horror movie, right? And then it really just comes down to, is this a so bad it's good type of horror movie? Or is this just a really, really, really bad, like boring type of horror movie? And you really kind of, it's like a crapshoot whenever you go to these type of things, because you really don't know what you're going to get. And usually when I'm looking at like independent stuff or stuff that isn't like, you know, really out there, you know, because maybe even it's not independent, it still is like this big movie, you know, or not, I don't want to say big movie, but it's still got like, you know, an at-home video release, and there are really good at-home videos that don't have big things like big budgets for special effects and, you know, CGI and all this other stuff, but they're still like fun, good movies, entertaining in the way that they do their story. And yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot coming out of here. Like, the biggest thing for me is, like, I want to have fun while watching these movies. Whether it's because of how ridiculous everything is, or if it's because that it's a really good movie. But now and then, you do get those movies that are just, like, slodges to, like, go through and to understand, like, why somebody would even take the time and effort to do something like this. But again, I appreciate, like I've always said, I appreciate when anybody can do these type of movies and actually get something put out there, even if it isn't the best thing in the world. At least they got to do what they wanted to do, right? Whether it's a first-time director that put out this movie and this was the starting point because he had these ideas and somebody gave him a chance in doing it, to the actors and actresses doing this as like trying to get their breakout roles or maybe test the waters into the career of acting, or people that are just kind of doing it for the love of the genre or for fun. Those, like, to be able to make one of these movies is great. And as much, you know, shit that I talk whenever I do these, I still do appreciate everybody except for Uwe Boll. That's the only person I don't fucking appreciate at all, and he should have never made a movie to begin with. But that's another podcast for another time, and I've already done that a couple of times already. If you were a listener to the podcast from like way back in the day when it first started, you would know, I would say, I think it's somewhere in the middle of season 2 that it happened. The Richard the Fear Merchant was on the show where we just kind of had a conversation back and forth with each other over, like, we were supposed to watch a couple different movies and talk about them and stuff. And this was one of the movies that I did recommend to him as one of those so bad it's good, which he did watch. And so we talked about it a little bit, but I never really went in depth with this movie before. So here we are. We are here talking about Death Factory. And like I said on the mini episode, and if you missed the mini episode where we discussed the movie, I really think that a lot of people need to just watch this before they listen to the podcast. Not because there's anything that is surprising. There is a twist in this movie, okay? Not going to say that it's like the biggest twist in the world. And yeah, I'm going to spoil everything that's going on in this movie. And it's not really that like big, but because I want you to watch it to appreciate it. Right, in the vein that I appreciate this movie. And it's one of those things that some things are so ridiculous in the way that they do with the movie that it just kind of has to be seen to believe. And it truly is, because this movie is really, really independent in the way that it does stuff, right? It's not like flashy. It's not however you want to look at it. It's definitely somebody doing this with an extremely small budget, which I don't really have any type of like, you know, trivia on this movie or anything else other than, you know, I probably would say that Ron Jeremy probably spent more than like a day on the set, right? He probably spent a couple hours on the set and that's it, just to film his scene in this movie. And when I say scene, it is just a goddamn scene for the whole movie. And so, like, there's nothing really to do much more than just be like, hey, let's go ahead and let's get started with Death Factory. So the movie starts itself with like a very slow montage of the quote unquote Death Factory that's going to be in this movie. And it's like, this takes place at, I swear to God that they did film it at some like abandoned like building somewhere in some shape or form, or it's literally just like an office building somewhere, and they decided that, okay, we're going to set apart like some fences here and we're going to cover them with black tarps. There's like basically nothing, but it looks like it could possibly be abandoned, like, but that's on the outside. And then when you get into the inside, it's obvious that it's like literally like the outside looks like a condemned housing project is what it really looks like. Like, we're in LA and there's a bunch of houses that got like, you know, they're either condemned or they're doing construction, and we're just going to film outside of it for a little while, and we're going to get some decent shots to set up everything. And it kind of looks like, oh, it is an abandoned place. Maybe it is an abandoned like warehouse or some shit like that. Or it's possibly that too. I don't know. It could be a bunch of commercial buildings that were used, like, you know, places that was used for warehousing or something like that. And they just happened to get the shots that they needed for the outside for that day. But then when it goes like to the inside of everything, it's like an obvious set that they did. And it's not like it's a set that you would find. It's literally like, you know, my first haunted house that you would see. Like, literally something that I would decide to put together. Like, I'm going to make a haunted house here. And so I rented out this building for a little bit. Or it's like, you know, what Spirit Halloween looks like after everything is done, once the Halloween season goes, right? But it's got, you know, these fake walls put up and weird wood paneling all over the place. And it's just like, they didn't use a whole lot of lighting, but they got to use some so that it doesn't look like it's completely dark. And even to like one point where like they show this hallway, like they do other things like here, ooh, we found some spider webs up here. We're going to film the spider web. And then there is a hallway shot that's there, and it looks fine until it starts moving. And then you're like, wait, that's not like a tracking shot or anything like that. No, it's literally like they put a JPEG on the goddamn screen, like they're editing this in Premiere Pro or Sony Vega or whatever they're using to do for their video editing software, and they literally like, oh crap, we need to do an establishing shot for the inside of the whole place, so, but we didn't really film it, so we're going to just take one frame of the film that we used at one point, and we need to put it here, and then we're going to use the effect here to like have the JPEG pan from left to right, and it's going to make it look like we're moving the camera around and giving you a better shot, but no, it's really just doing that. We're not doing anything, we're just using a basic move effect in fucking Premiere. That's all we're fucking doing. And I remember watching this for the first time, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be fucking fantastic, isn't it? This is the movie that I've been fucking waiting for. You can also tell that this movie is very low budget because it was basically filmed in 4:3, right? Like a standard definition television, not like widescreen. If you're going to do like an HD version, you know, something that's even 720 or 480 or 1080, whatever you want to call it. But it's like somebody literally had a handheld video camera. And I'm going to warn you now, it even sounds like somebody's getting the audio from a handheld video camera, right? Basically, what's funny is in Cocaine Werewolf, we had that crew there that was like filming it, and they were filming on like a handheld thing, and like, we're just using the onboard audio for this. That's literally the way I think that this movie was done. Also, maybe this is a spoiler alert, maybe it's not, but there's times in this movie where I think the guy really wanted to film a softcore porno, but decided to make it into a horror movie instead, because I didn't remember so much TNA in this movie, but there's quite a bit, and there's 2 lengthy scenes of that type of stuff going on in the beginning of the movie and towards the middle of the movie. So, hey, if you're here for your horror movie to have blood and tits, we got you covered with Death Factory. I'm just saying. So, we start at the movie after we get this montage of a girl running through the woods. I don't know, like a couple trees that just happen to be outside from wherever they're filming. And, she's being chased down by her boyfriend, who we don't know is her boyfriend right away because it looks like she's just running in fear from somebody. And, you kind of thinking that with this called Death Factory, and maybe you saw the trailer. And like I said, in the trailer, almost all the kills are in the goddamn trailer. But, you see the person running around, you think, oh, maybe they're being chased by the monster, maybe they're being, hunted down or something like that, and that's how we're going to start. Great. No, but it's her boyfriend that catches her, knocks her over, and starts making out with her on a bunch of dried-ass pine needles. And that's got to be really fucking, uncomfortable, right? I get it. There's kind of sexy things that you can do when you're gonna make out with somebody. You're gonna do it in the middle of a field on nice plush grass, or as much as you don't want sand getting in places that you don't want to, because nobody likes to have a bunch of crotch sand on them in one way, shape, or another, in multiple holes or a single hole, or stuffed in your butt crack. You just don't really want that. But isn't there something sexy about making out with somebody on the beach, laying on the beach towel and doing that stuff? In the forest, maybe I get it, but is it really time for sexy time outside? You're going to start making out with somebody as you're running around dilapidated fucking abandoned factory? Oh God, this place has just really gotten me fucking turned on. Oh look, I think that's a heroin needle over there. Oh my God, my dick is so fucking hard. Is your pussy fucking wet? Why yes, it is. I see some residues of crack over there. I think we need to start making out. Maybe we can do it on these dry fucking pine needles. I'll put my back on it and you can get right on top of me. Maybe we can dry hump for a little bit too. Isn't it going to be the greatest thing in the world? Maybe we're going to get stuck with one of those hypodermic needles that's out there. Hey, is that a bum? He can fucking watch us fuck at the same time. Isn't that going to be so cool and awesome? I just am so glad that you're with me. I get it. People do weird things. People go have sex in cemeteries. They go, in weird fucking corners of a public storage or something like that and decide that that's where they're going to make out and have sex. It happens. But why here? Why would you just look? And it's not even to that point, because she sees the place. The girl sees the place and she's like, oh my God, there's the factory. We should go over there and check it out. I've always wanted to go check out something that was old and dilapidated. She doesn't really talk like that, kind of. But, you know the type of the people that they are. But it's let's go inside. We were having so much fun, you chasing me around, me in my short shorts in top. And I swear to God, no woman in this movie that wears a t-shirt is wearing a bra underneath it. Because either that, or it just must be really fucking cold there all the time, or everybody in this movie is such a fucking turn on that nipples are constantly hard in this movie. I think they're constantly hard for the dudes as well, but I don't really pay attention to that as much, to be honest with you. But you just you literally look down. It's okay, it's just to be ready at the moment's notice when the director comes in and is all right, it's time for us to get the scene on. Now, I want to make sure that if I say go, that you lift up that shirt and you show them titties. But this scene doesn't come for me showing my titties. I don't care. I could just make you show your titties whenever I wanted to. I'm the director of this movie, and tits sell movies. I'm going to write about that later on in a movie called Cocaine Werewolf, where we're going to mock this type of movie that we have here. That's oddly specific, but okay, I guess I won't wear a bra. That's right. Now, ready? Go! It's just every character, and it sometimes doesn't even matter. There's only one character that I can guarantee is wearing a bra the whole time, because she's wearing and pardon the way I'm going to say this because this is what I grew up with it as. She was wearing a fucking wife beater that's over there. And you can definitely see the bra under the wife beater, or else you'd probably just see the tits under the wife beater that she's got on there as well. So, reluctantly, the boyfriend decides that, yeah, okay, we'll go inside and we're going to go check things out as things begin to unfold at the beginning of our movie.
Do you see that? That building over there.
It's just some old factory.
Oh, we should check it out.
Are you crazy? You want to go in there?
Come on, it could be cool. Let's just go inside for a few minutes. Cool.
Okay, we've seen it. Let's go.
We just got here.
Yeah, and I think we should get out before someone shows up.
Give me a break, Josh. This place has probably been abandoned for years. I wonder what they made here.
Who cares what they made here, Allison? This place is a death trap.
What's your problem?
Nothing. I just don't think this is a good idea, that's all.
Are you scared?
No.
And stop being such a pussy. God, this place is amazing. I wish I'd brought my camera.
Haven't we seen enough?
I'm not leaving until I see every room.
Allison,
What?
I just heard something.
I didn't.
It came from over there. It sounded like footsteps.
If you're trying to get me to leave, it's not working.
I think we should go.
You're really scared, aren't you? You're kind of cute when you're scared.
We should go.
Kind of turns me on.
Oh yeah, God, this place is amazing. I mean, it's got everything that you could possibly want in an old school, like, torn down factory, a deserted place. It's got random garbage bins, right? Like plastic garbage cans that are around there. It's got cardboard boxes. Oh my God. It's got yellow cones saying, watch out for the wet zone, which it seems like she's getting in the wet zone, if you know what I mean, everybody. That's going to come to play later. It's got old fucking... How the hell does this thing have a couch in it like that? That's obviously like some homeless people have taken this place over, right? Like, there's got to be other people that are just randomly living in this place if there's couches and other things we're going to find about later in the film, but they make sense a little bit towards the end of the film, but not right now. Like, when you see it, this couch in this place does not make sense. Even though, yeah, it was like, you know, an old factory, and maybe it was a lounge room. Who knows what the fuck it was? But a couch like that, I have never seen something like that in any type of workplace unless it's some type of brothel in the middle of nowhere. And before anybody mentions anything about a brothel, you need to not record this part and send it back to me. I know you're going to do it. You know who you are. You're going to say something, and I'm going to get a text message about it. Stop it. You need help. And you know who I'm talking to. Anyway. So she starts to get super horny from this whole situation, and then they start making out, and then she's like, you want to do it? And he's like, right here? Isn't it a little dirty? She's like, it turns me on. So she pushes him down on this dirty-ass couch, and it's like, that's just a little too gross, even for me. Like, I get it. You know, you're in the heat of the moment. You want to get down and dirty, and you want to start dry humping, and you want to eventually lead to something. But I can't imagine putting my bare ass on this thing. And, you know, like, for dudes, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, she takes his shirt off first, so he's got his back on it. And yeah, I know you could just take a shower later and get the fucking, you know, Death Factory funk off you later and everything like that. But I don't want anything seeping up or sticking into my booty crack, like, at all, right? And then, like, you know, she goes up and she takes off her shirt, and then, like I said, this is straight up softcore porn. Like, I would hope that these two really do, like they really are dating, because the way he aggressively caresses her tits is like, it's a little too aggressive for a movie. Like, just a regular horror movie. I get it. It's happened before. Usually it's pretty quick, but it's not as focused as it is in this movie. Like, literally, he is just going to fucking town. Like, he hasn't touched tits in years. Like, he's at a strip club and he's going to be paying for the extra service and the VIP room, if you know what I mean. Like, literally he is just like aggressively like pulling and tugging on the nipples, and it just, maybe it's not that bad, but it's still pretty goddamn aggressive for this type of movie, for any horror movie that I've really seen that didn't turn into some kind of softcore fucking porno, like she's fucking Shannon Tweed or some shit like that, and he's trying to pretend that he's Gene Simmons and some shit. So as they continue to get hot and heavy in there and get a little more aggressive, all of a sudden we see a hand come from behind the door, and it's wearing these long, like, metal nail things, almost like they're like surgical needles at the end of it. Like, there's a character or like a video game thing that like has this monster that has those types of thing on it. And it's more like they're supposed to be like claws, but they're these almost like Freddy fingers. Right? Just, it's not the glove. It's a whole like metal thing that's attached to the body. And honestly, that's probably one of the more interesting things in this movie, is how they designed the quote unquote monster of this movie. It's not bad. It's not good. It's interesting though. Like, the makeup actually is working within the budget that they have. And so he sees that, he freaks the hell out and stops making out with her, to which he's like, what the hell is going on? And he's like, I saw something. There's something out there that was looking in on us. And she's like, basically blows him off and decides that it's the perfect time to go out in the hallway and have a smoke. Because of course, if you're going to be in this situation, you're going to be in a random fucking death house, you might as well have your cigarettes on you for when you're done fucking making out or having sex or whatever inside this dank, dark dungeon they call a death factory. And so you just go out there and you have a nice toke and you can have a good time and calm yourself down. And when she's out there, that's when the hands then come from behind her and drag her off into like the shadows that are there. Dude Man decides to come out there and see what's going on, and he turns the corner, and what does he see? She's there on the ground, lying there, well, sitting there, not necessarily lying there. She's not dead, but she's really, really bloodied up, and honestly, like, they used pretty good blood. Like, it's not one of those movies where, like, the blood definitely, this is more cornstarchy than it is painty, and it doesn't look that bad. It's a little thick to be laid on her, and really just like her clothes are kind of slashed up. Nothing else really has happened to her, but she's got a lot of blood on her for some reason. And so he walks in on her and she tries to warn him, but unfortunately he ends up getting the wrong end of a claw. And this is fucking hilarious because the monster lady comes after him, grabs him, and then like slashes his stomach. And there's just repeated shots of him. It looks like he's imitating somebody sucking dick, right? And like, but the blood coming out and like that type of thing. And then the person that's the monster, she's like rubbing her hands across his stomach, and it's like to signify that she's like stabbing into the stomach, but she's not making any dent. She's just kind of rubbing, and every now and then, it's hard to describe exactly the look of it, but like if you take your thumb and your four fingers and you make like, you put your thumb out and then bring your four fingers close together on top of it and like almost like look like a duck type thing. And just imagine that, like just tapping against somebody's stomach. And that's what she's doing, but supposedly she's also got the claws, so she's like bloodying him up in like the shirt, but she's supposed to be stabbing him with the claws. But there is nothing there. It's just moving the blood paint around. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It's one of this, again, if I wasn't sold already on some of the stuff in the beginning of the movie, in just the opening panning shots, I'm sold by now. I know what I'm expected to have in this movie, and it's a good fucking time, okay? Like, the acting, you can hear it there. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's serviceable, and it's kind of what I expect for the first two people that are going to die, quote-unquote, die in the movie, right? Because we don't know that she's dead. We definitely know that he's dead, because we do get a shot of him falling onto the floor, and his eyes just there, and his mouth open, because he finally finished sucking off Odorous' fucking, blood dick that he's got going on down there, rest in peace. But, he's there on the ground, he's dead, and then it pans over, and we go to another new day, where we go and we see two of our main stars of this movie, Louisa and Rachel, as they discuss the last day of school that they've had in their first year of college.
Congratulations, Rachel. You survived your first year of college.
We should do something to celebrate, you know?
Yeah.
Ideas?
Get wasted, stir up some shit. Want to come along?
No, I know my parents always thought you were such a bad influence.
Yeah. They weren't too thrilled when they found out we were going to the same school.
Rachel. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Derek.
Louisa.
Hello.
You all done with classes?
Yeah, that physics exam was a killer.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was thinking, you can do something tonight. Yeah?
Yeah?
I can pick you up around 7. What do you say?
Sorry, frat boy. We've got plans.
You know, Rich, can I talk to you for a second? Alone?
Yeah.
Hey, Louisa, can I bum a smoke off you?
Get lost, Troy.
Come on, I'll buy you a pack later.
Later?
Tonight.
Tonight? You think I want to be hanging out with your lame ass tonight?
I don't care what they say about you, Louisa. I know you like guys. Oh, hey, I don't want no trouble.
Too late, pendejo.
Nice knife you got there.
Yeah, and it's sharp too. Want to touch it? Now, who says I don't like guys?
Okay, now I would say something about there being like it being shot on like a high school, but there are community colleges around here that look exactly like this place, so I can believe that it's a college. But it definitely looks like it's a high school, right? It has that feeling that that's where they shot it, and I really do believe that a lot of this movie is like it's shot on location at places that they could get, and that they just decided that we're going to film here and that's going to be it. Like, you know, I know it's written and directed by just a single dude, right? That, you know, Mr. Brad Sykes is the writer and director of this movie, but I really feel like he's done, you know, pretty much just, at least in the beginning, like this might have even been like a college type of like film movie, right? That they got to use in certain places because the school allowed them to do it. Like they weren't actually spending the money to shoot on location. It's literally like, we're going to do this out here and we're just going to bring in all the noises of the outside. Like, I don't even know in some of the like long shots exactly how they got the audio as well as they did, because it doesn't really sound that great. And like, where are like the sound mics for those type of things? Like, are they wearing microphones that you just can't see? You know, if it was like nowadays, it's somebody wearing like one of those little Rode mics, like hidden somewhere. Like, what is it? How do they get the audio for it? Because one, the gain is way up. Like you can literally hear everything that's going around, and you can definitely hear like the ambient noise that's going on, and it's constantly happening in this film. So that's the quality of the audio, even after I spent some time trying to clean it up a little bit. So it was a little bit like clearer, but that's kind of the best that you're going to get when it comes to this movie, right? So it's just funny in the way that it feels. Like this definitely feels like it's, you know, they're not like, it's not that one dude. I'm not going to say his name because I really don't want him to show up for this episode, and he's really not appropriate to show up for this episode because they're not teenagers, right? Well, it's the first year of college, so they might be, but they're definitely not like, you know, in their 40s. I really don't want to summon him today. Tired of him fucking showing up. He keeps doing this stuff. He keeps saying he's gonna go away, but then he just randomly does. And when you want him to come, he doesn't really want to do the bit anymore. I don't know why. It's really fucking annoying, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, like, everybody seems like they're, I guess what I'm trying to say is age appropriate for everything that's going on here. One thing in terms of the lines of trivia, like before I said there's basically nothing there. There's literally 4 things if you look at IMDb of what there is. And I'd believe it in the first one, like the number one thing that's there. This was just shot in 6 days. I completely believe it because I don't even think they spent that long editing this movie. I think they just kind of put it together, and I really feel like it, like I said, I feel like this is like a school project or like just a fan type of film. Like, it's just a dude that wanted to make a movie and decided to make a movie, which again, I commend him for it if that's what it is. You know, if you want to know what the other 3 of these like trivia things is, the cast provided their own wardrobe for this movie to match the characters, because we do get to meet Derek, the boyfriend of Rachel. We also get to meet Troy, the awesome metalhead dude that loves his Anthrax for some reason in 2002. Like, dude, you're not from the 80s, and I get it. Anthrax is a pretty fun band, but that doesn't scream like 2000s doesn't scream to me that you're going to be like a super fan of Anthrax. I got my Anthrax tape, dude. We should totally put it on. Like, that's literally a line that happens a little later on in the movie as well. So we get to meet Troy, and then you got, you know, of course, Rachel, who's like the little goody two-shoes little girl over there. She's so sweet and innocent, and she might be corrupted by Luisa, the badass Latina girl that smokes and has a knife on her and threatens Troy when Troy's trying to, like, hit on her. Like, I know you like dudes. You know, you can't fool me. Everybody says that you're a fucking lesbian because you dress like that. Even that's what a chola dresses like. Do you know that you're messing with a chola? Do you know you're not supposed to mess with the chola, pendejo? Like, seriously. I'm looking at you, Troy. I'm looking at the way that you're dressing, okay? I'm looking at who you are, how you're approaching her. Unless she really is, okay? Not saying there aren't lesbian cholas out there or anything like that, but if she's not, that knife is not for fucking show, okay? This could take place in fucking Fresno. Like, she could be shanking your ass, like, from Tuesday to fucking Sunday, and she's gonna do it in a way that when she shanks you, it's not gonna fucking kill you. All it's gonna do is it's gonna provide a spot for her to take that knife and repeatedly shank you in the same area so that you remember exactly who she is and what it feels like every fucking time, right? It's not gonna be like you're just going to get shanked once, maybe you survive, or she's going to hit any vital organs. No. Because she wants to shank you over and over and over again, okay? And if she loves you, she's going to choose multiple spots. If she doesn't love you, then it's going to be the same spot multiple times until she's finally done and she's ready to, like, hit you with the right shank that's going to take you down, okay? She's going to torture you for life. That's what I'm trying to say. That you're just going to be a fucking chola pincushion is what you're going to be. So, you know, we have this exchange. Ha ha ha. Like, she might be a lesbian type of thing that's going on here. But of course, you know, she tries to set him straight. We then cut over and we see that Derek is trying to talk to Rachel. And he's trying to convince her that Luisa is probably a bad influence on her. And he just wants what's best for her. Like, they're really setting up the tropes for everybody that's there, right? With Rachel being the good girl, Luisa being the bad chola, for Troy being the metalhead, even though it's not really set. Like, what exactly is the metalhead for this? Like, he just likes metal music and he's a fucking loser that needs to bum cigarettes off people? Is that what people think of us? That's not what a metalhead is. Like, it can be part of one, right? Some of us, like, have no money and are always bumming things off, but we got the tunes. You're not even going to give me the tunes for this movie? Nothing like that? Like, what else could you be doing with everything that's going on there? Like, there could be a lot more. I mean, he could be really sophisticated. He could be like, you know, his own person mosh pit. He could be fighting the invisible ninjas, and we know that he was a better fucking metalhead than what's being portrayed in this movie, but fuck it, I digress. And so we also got Derek, who is the, you know, the jock, and he's also the frat boy, and he's, you know, in love with Rachel, and he'll do anything he can to protect her.
Hey, why are you still hanging around with Luis anyways, huh? I mean, everyone knows she's going nowhere.
Derek, she's my best friend. You know? I mean, we grew up together.
I know, look, but you're not a little kid anymore. You know, you need to start making your own decisions.
Just don't pressure me, all right?
Just say you'll come with me.
I'll call you later, okay? All right?
Yeah, we both know what that means.
Oh, come Come on, Derek, don't get possessive.
I'm not being.
We're just dating. Okay?
All right.
School is out forever!
Damn right, we're gonna get down tonight!
Crazy or what?
Oh yeah, okay, we're crazy. Look at you, what are you still doing here?
Listen up, y'all. We're having a party at my house tonight. My parents are out of town for the whole weekend. The whole place is ours. Today is free rides home for everybody.
Sounds like a plan. What do you say, Rachel? See?
Do it.
I'm all right, Francis. Hey, do you need a ride?
What about you, homegirl? You want to ride?
Can I smoke in your car?
Sure thing. But they ain't all we're going to be smoking.
I told you to get lost.
Hey, I need a ride too.
Don't worry, Troy. We ain't gonna be playing on Megadeth in here, all right?
Don't worry, I'm cool.
Nah, you ain't more cool, my man. Well, get your heavy metal ass in the car so we can be on our way.
Okay, so now we are also meeting Francis and Leticia. And let me tell you, Francis is my favorite fucking character in this movie. And it's not because, like, the character's any good, he's any deep. It's the dude constantly has a goddamn smile on his face and is constantly laughing after everything he fucking says. Like, it is literally everything that he says. He's only serious at one point in this movie, and I swear to God, he was just about to fucking start laughing as well. But everything is like a joke, or he's so fucking jovial all the time. Like, that's the direction for the character. I'm about to go get myself a milkshake. Ha ha ha, yeah. It's gonna be made with strawberry. Ha ha ha, yeah. My dog died yesterday. Ha 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 ha. It was my favorite thing in the world. Ha 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 ha. Everything was fucking great. I'm so fucking sad. Ha 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 ha. I'm thinking about possibly go getting a new dog to fill that void. But then I thought, I'm gonna fuck my bitch instead. Like, literally, that is the character. Like, he's just constantly laughing at every fucking point that he can get in this movie. He has a line, and if it's written in the goddamn script, that ha 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 follows after every fucking sentence he has, it's fucking brilliance. Because the actor that plays him, like, I don't know, like, it's such a dumb fucking thing. In the beginning, you're just kind of like, what? But then it grows on you, and you just start to really fucking love the way the character is. And so, of course, the big plan that they all have is that, you know, Francis's parents are going to be out of town for the weekend, so it's time to go over there and fucking party, right? But wait, why are we going to the parents' house if you guys are in college? It's one of those weird things to me where maybe it wasn't supposed to take place in college. It was kind of supposed to take place in high school, but they decided to switch it and say college, but keep certain things in the script exactly the same. Because wouldn't that be the type of thing? I guess maybe if it was like a small town somewhere, but I also assume that this is like LA, right? At least the way everything looks out there and then in the hills and everything like that. I could be 100% wrong. Maybe it's not fucking LA, but it feels like it's Southern California. And maybe then, I guess if you guys were all going to community college, then I guess you'd still be living at home. And it definitely feels like when we go to the next scene and they drive, like literally was shot out of somebody's like house, like their parents' house. You know, that's where they decided to film for the day. So when they show up the next day to go to, or the next scene to go to Francis's parents' house, and he goes to drop everybody off because they're all going to be partying and stuff. And it's weird, too, because it makes it seem like everybody's getting into the car together, because I was like, how do all of those people fit in that car? Like, is it a weird clown car situation? Is somebody sitting on somebody's lap? Because, you know, Luis is not sitting on Troy's lap. So I guess if Derek and Rachel were also going in there, then Rachel would be sitting on Derek's lap. And that would give Derek a chance for something to pop up, you know, and who knows if he's like a really good guy or anything like this. But hey, you know, I have to assume, since he said he's going to be like her protector and he wants to make sure that she's okay because Luis is such a bad fucking influence on her, when in actuality, it really feels like she's not. Like, she's just really naive, right? That, hey, I'm just good friends with her, but I'm the little goody two-shoes. She's the bad one. I'm the good one. So I'm not going to be corrupted by her in any way, shape, or form, which makes me believe that something's going to happen at some point in this movie as well. And so, like I said, when Francis's car rolls up, like, it's literally any old neighborhood. It's not... It just happens to be, this is somebody's house. There's a random fucking minivan parked there. They drive the car up. I'm pretty sure that somebody owned the car from one of the actors or, like I said, the director or somebody that they're using to shoot these scenes. They're literally like, okay, you're just going to roll it down the street. And again, for being shot in 6 days, honestly, it's pretty well put together overall. Like, it's not terrible, right? It's terrible in a way because it looks cheap. But honestly, for 6 days, I've seen a lot worse for films that were shot in 30 days, right? So I'm assuming that a lot of these things, and it's definitely fucking apparent in one scene of this movie, which I think I misremembered, but I remembered it right at the same time. It's just a little different than what I expected it to be. But it must have been another movie that we watched that had that type of scene in it as well. So I just don't remember, but there is something that happens that was very, very, like, reminiscent of what I was remembering in general. But anyway, so Francis and Troy and Louisa and Letitia, they all pull up to the house, right? And then all of a sudden, Francis freaks out a little bit because he sees that his parents' car is still in the driveway. So there's no way they can have the party there. So he's like, well, they're supposed to be gone. So I'm going to go in and check it out. And we see the rest of them all talking in the back seat. And then it comes out that, hey, no, they changed their flight. They changed their tickets to next month. Who does that on the day that you're going to, like, how expensive is that? You just decide at the last possible moment that, like, you know what? I don't want to go this weekend. You know what? We were going to leave today, but I've decided that I'm going to change it from a month from now. Just randomly. And it's probably because Francis is one bad fucking kid. Right? Like, they somehow smelled that he was going to have a house party there, that he was going to bring all his friends over, they were going to get drunk off their asses, they were probably going to go and smoke the hashish, because, you know, that's the type of stereotype that we've got for these characters in this movie. And if you haven't realized, both of these guys, you know, both Francis and Letitia are black, right? So we have to be very stereotypical when it comes to them in general, and that's even, like, that even becomes like a thing at one point as well. So parents most likely got a wind of the whole situation, even though, again, like, he's dressed up really, really nice. like that's a button-up interview shirt that he's wearing. And if everybody brought their own wardrobe to set, like, everybody's got pretty, like, I guess you could say this is probably pretty good representations of themselves outside of their character. I mean, it's funny to think that, like, they just let them decide. Maybe even Troy wasn't supposed to be a metalhead, but, like, the dude that's playing Troy was just like, shit, I got nothing to bring to fucking set. All I've got is these fucking, you know, I've got my jacket with the fucking patches on it. I guess I'm going to bring this shit with me, and maybe it'll be okay. Or, like, he literally got the notification, okay, you're going to be a metalhead, and you got to address the appropriate attire. And he's like, no problem, dude. I used to go to a ton of shows back in the 70s. You know, or the 80s, I guess, when you would have these type of, you know, jean jackets that have all the metal patches on them and everything like that. That, to me, really kind of was the era that was really starting in. Could have been earlier. I don't fucking know. But I always, like, associate it with the 1980s, right? In that period of time when, like, hair metal and a lot of other metal was, like, becoming really big, thrash and all that other stuff. But nonetheless, it's still funny to think that, like, these things belong in each one of their wardrobes that they have in some way, shape, or form. And some of it's normal, and some of it's like, do you really have the bandanas? Are you really a chola in real life? And that's why you went so easily into this role? But nonetheless, they decide that they're all going to meet together. And again, this is 2002, so I'm assuming that everybody has at least, like, some type of cell phone at some point, even if it's just minutes that they're using. You know, and I don't even remember at this point in time if, like, the minutes thing was still minutes and nights and weekends weren't free. Like, that was a thing back in the day, and it's weird to even think that I have to say that's back in the day when that's not that long ago that those things had changed so much. But anyway, I don't want to, like, wax nostalgia about fucking cell phones and having, you know, your nights and weekends being the free time to call fucking everybody. But it's odd because they were able to get together. Like, it makes sense for Letitia and Francis and Troy and Louisa to all get together and for them to go to the park and discuss things. But how did they get Derek and Rachel there if they didn't have cell phones? Like, did they just go home and then just call them at the home? Like, don't worry, let's go meet up. Or they were like, maybe I just didn't even this time didn't pay attention to say, okay, we're going to meet over here at this point. But I thought they were all going to meet at his house like later that evening after they went and checked out the place. I don't fucking know. It's a fucking movie. Why should I even worry about that type of bullshit? But nonetheless, they're there in the park and they're trying to figure out now what the fuck are they going to do because they can no longer go to, Francis's house to play around. And that's when Louisa tells them, hey, I know of a place that we can party at tonight.
Nice move, man.
How was I supposed to know? If you're so smart, Louisa, why don't you come up with something? We're waiting to hear it.
Okay. I got an idea. So you know the old factory on the edge of town?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been there, but it's probably still around unless the city tore it down.
Yeah, that sounds terrific.
No, I'm serious. It's a really cool place. It's been abandoned for years.
Wait, an abandoned factory? Yeah,
no way. Don't worry. I've been there millions of times. I used to hang there when I was a teenager.
Sounds cool to me.
Oh, wait, come on, guys. You guys don't really want to party in some condemned building.
Give me a break, dude. You're such a pussy.
Yeah, really, you got a better idea?
I'm with Louisa, as long as it's private, okay? We're gonna have our own little private party. Someplace where we won't be disturbed.
Mm-hmm. And the whole place is isolated.
Okay, so there are a lot of rooms there, right? Because me and Francis are going to be needing some privacy.
Girl, you got a dirty mind.
And you love it, don't you?
There's plenty of room for everybody. And we can do whatever we want.
Ooh-wee. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Me too.
Oh, don't even tell me you're going along with this.
What? Derek, it could be fun.
Hey, and who invited you anyway?
Oh, I'll be there. Yeah, just to make sure nothing happens to Rachel.
Good deal. You and Troy can bring the beer, and I'll stay here and take care of the girls. Right, girls?
So what are we on? 6 o'clock? Huh? In front of the old factory? It's right down on Duncan Road. You can't miss it.
Hey, let's do it.
Honestly, how could you not love Francis? And the more I think about the character, the more I think that he's modeled after the token black kid from Not Another Teen Movie. If you've ever seen that movie before, the guy that's just there to laugh at the other people's jokes and say, yo, that shit is whack. That character, that's who he reminds me of in this film. Because again, almost after every fucking line, there's got to be some type of laugh where he has this big fucking smile on his face. And again, that smile is just fucking addictive. It just makes you smile too. And I love this character. It's not a good character. Not in the least. It's a pretty fucking bad character, to be honest with you. But just the way it's portrayed, I just like it so much, and it makes me smile every time he's on film. So now they have a plan, right? Because randomly, Louisa knows of some abandoned factory on the outside of town. I wonder what this place is going to be. Could it possibly be the same place we saw at the beginning of the movie? Who knows? Where there's a killer running loose in there. And that's the place where they're going to go party. Who really agrees to it? Letitia really has, and Derek, they both have, right idea. Why go out there? Why couldn't you just do so? Why can't you just go hang out at the park after hours? Or what about one of their houses? Doesn't Troy, have a place that everybody could crash at, even if he lived at home? I mean, if they want to go with a stereotypical metalhead, he should have a broken family that doesn't matter what the fuck he's doing. But of course, nobody's going to want to hang out there because it's probably going to smell like fucking ass because of him, right? Because stereotypical metalheads, they don't shower, they just stay around, drink beer, smoke cigarettes, and listen to the devil. All right? But again, they all just kind of agree to it instead of finding another means to go out there and party. Hell, even just fucking rent a hotel room for the night. I'm pretty sure there's only a couple things that some of these people want to do, and it's pretty obvious that Letitia and Francis just want to fuck the night, right? Get some drinks in, maybe smoke a little weed, and have lots of sex. And then Derek, I just want to protect you, Rachel, and make sure that nothing happens to you. Goddamn goody two-shoes, fake-ass motherfucker. We know the reason why you're, acting like this. It's because you really want to get a piece of fucking ass of Rachel over there, and she hasn't given you any. And you're just hanging around, and you're going to be the good boyfriend, and you're going to show how great you are and how protective and how much of a provider you are. And then the moment that she's got a little bit of weakness in her, you're going to try to convince her to get a ride on that, I don't know what type of dong you have, long dong of the law, short and shriveled and to the left. Like, I don't know. But you're going to try to get her to ride the pogo stick that you've got going on in your pants is all I'm really trying to say, if she's even that way. But again, she seems like she's just the little goody two-shoes. She likes you a lot, but probably isn't going to be the type of person that sleeps with you until you guys are married. So you better get ready to hunker down because, basically what I'm trying to say is that you're, dating a traditional Mormon. That's it, But look on the bright side. If you have to convert over, and she's really traditional, then you're going to have more than one wife. And I wouldn't necessarily wish that on anybody. Like, having more of one partner, like, how can you do that? I don't understand how people can be polyamorous, but that's for a whole different podcast. That's going to be on the Terrible Love podcast that's coming soon near you. Never. So from this scene, then we cut over to the Death Factory once again, and here we have the grandiose scene of Ron Jeremy. And again, like, you guys have to know already what's going on when we have Ron Jeremy being a focal point of the movie. And that, of course, to those that are long listeners of the podcast, you know what that means. You're going to get fucking Seagal'd. That's just the way that this is going to work. He's only going to be in it for like a minute or two, and something's going to happen to where you never see him again. It could be that he just shows up, does some stupid fucking silly line, and then just fucking leaves, and you never see him again. Or he gets fucking killed. And you can guess what happens to him in this movie. And he happens to play Glenn, a drunk, who's just on the outside of it, drinking his fucking empty glass bottle of where the fuck he's got there. Like, he literally walks up, and it's in his hand, so you don't notice that nothing is really in it unless you look really close, and you see the bottom of the bottle is just pure glass, right? So, and he's like drinking from it, and then he stumbles into the place to where, like, he stumbles onto another random couch. Like, this place has a lot of random fucking couches in it, right? And I'm not talking about, like, fucking couches, the type that you do fuck on, or in some people's case, the type of couches that you fuck, but, there's just a bunch of random couches in there, and he starts, like, wandering around. He doesn't have any more to drink, and so he's, like, there rambling incoherent, and then all of a sudden, we get a jump scare from the girl from the beginning of the movie, and then Ron Jeremy dies.
Oh, not my fault. That's what drink. Shit.
Who's there? Who's there? You have to. Okay. Stop. Don't look. I don't know. What do you need for him?
You have to help me!
What happened to you?
She killed us! Oh my god, she's gonna kill us all! Please, we have to get out of here before she comes back!
She who she?
She's here! She's gonna kill you too if we don't get out of here! Please! Please! We have to come down! We have to go! We have to go down! We have to go! No!
And so, that's it. That's all Ron Jeremy is in this movie. You've basically listened to the full scene that he's in this movie, and I think that clip runs for maybe a minute, right? And he's in it a little bit before for about another fucking minute. That is the big featuring Ron Jeremy, starring Ron Jeremy in this movie. That's it. And he gets possibly the best death, the quote-unquote best death in the film, probably because it's also like the most quote-unquote goriest death that you're going to have in this whole movie. And it's not even that gory of the thing. Like, literally, he's like, he runs into her and she runs in and with her nipples out once again. She's not like missing the shirt. It's just, sun's out, nips out type of thing that she's got underneath the shirt. and, covered in blood, and she's running into him. We got to get out of here. She's coming. Who's coming? Who's gonna be over here? I'm playing a drunk, even though I probably am a drunk in real life. I'm Ron Jeremy. Look at my fucking big ass dick. This is what got me famous. I was in the Super Hornio Brothers that nobody can ever find because Nintendo has probably sued them to fucking death. But, and then, like... The fucking monster goes and grabs him from behind, and then there's a close-up shot of her, like, reaching in, and she doesn't really reach in, it's just like the hand coming to the chest, and then it turns out, and she's got his heart, right? And she's like, you can obviously see that the actress is like moving her hands so the heart's beating. It's not that the heart is actually beating itself. It's being done by the fucking actress just moving her fucking hand around. It's fucking great. I love it. It's so fucking cheesy and so fucking just dumb that it's obviously one of the best things that we've got going on in this movie. And it definitely is the best kill in this movie by far, right? So at least if you're going to have Ron Jeremy and you're going to have Ron Jeremy die, you should give him a definitely good kill. And it makes me wonder why he was even in this movie, or is he just like a friend of like the director or somebody else on set? Like, how did he even get into this movie? But hey, he got in there. He died. He got me to rent the goddamn movie. Probably got some people to buy the goddamn movie. And that's it. So after, this monster chick kills Ron Jeremy, and then all of a sudden we get like a little more of a close-up of her, but we get to see the metal teeth for the very first time as she bares her teeth, and then she bites and finally kills the girl from the beginning of the movie. We then cut over and we see that, Troy and Derek, they've arrived first to the abandoned factory with the booze that they said that they would bring. And again, it's definitely like a warehouse. At least this shot is like a warehouse in some random area. There are some houses in the background you can see. It definitely doesn't look like the first place in the movie. There's just random barrels out there that have like biohazard symbols on them. There are like tarped fences. There's a random garbage bin. It's just the side of a building. And then all of a sudden, Francis and the rest of the crew all pull up and almost run into everybody, to which they get all like happy about. And of course, he comes out with his big ass fucking smile as they try to figure a way in to the goddamn movie.
Jeez, what a dump. You want one?
No thanks. I don't smoke.
That's right. You wouldn't want to let down the team. Hey, where's Francis?
You thought I would hit you, didn't you?
Wow, you look great.
Hey, girls, y'all ready to party?
Muy bonita, señorita. Wow. Get your hands off me, Francis.
Chill, girl. Like, no. These here are my ladies.
You can have them.
Yeah, right. All right. Let's see it.
Cheapest thing they have.
Damn. These are the two white boys to bring the beer. Well, good thing I bought my own shit.
Yeah.
Well, we got the tunes.
Right.
That ain't all we got. Letitia?
Now that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
This place looks kind of freaky, don't you think?
Look, Rach, ain't nothing gonna happen while I'm around, all right?
Oh, give me a break.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's party. I thought you said this place was wide open.
How was I supposed to know it was going to be locked up? Last time I was here,
When was that?
it must have been at least 8 years.
Great. Now you tell us.
Hey, I didn't see you come up with any bright ideas.
You knew I shouldn't go with some stupid fucking factory. Oh, shit. That was easy. Sorry, Louisa.
Okay, it really sounds like the real Francis comes out there when he gets pissed off because he can't enter the place. Told you it was a stupid fucking idea. And then it's like he just basically pushes his foot on the gate, which breaks the chain, which has like a master lock, which is not a really good sign for master lock. If somebody can just push on a chain and it'll pop the lock open so they enter the place. Also, you would think at an abandoned factory that they would have like regular like patrols of different security there and everything like that would, you know, make sure that kids like this don't randomly break through. But again, you would also have something that's maybe a little more stronger than what they've got going on there. But hey, it's not my job to protect kids from a crazy killer that's behind there that nobody knows about. It's some abandoned medical waste facility or where the fuck this place is. We haven't really gotten to that yet, but that's kind of, I guess, what this place is. But I don't know who makes a factory of medical waste. I don't fucking know. You know, it's fucking Mr. Burns' place out here. That's who it is. Okay, this is where he's hiding stuff. He could no longer hide stuff in random fucking trees. Instead, he's hiding it in a random fucking death factory that's out there in the middle of nowhere. But again, the moment that he's able to break the gate, he goes, ha ha, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a dick. Ha ha, let's go. All right. Ha ha ha. Just, it's funny. And then, like, everybody is basically dressed the same. Like, Derek's definitely the same, Troy's the same, and so is Francis, right? Which, you know, lends to the stereotype that, you know, men won't really change for anything. Like, you know, some men, they just decided to go to the wedding that evening in that Who Let the Hogs Out t-shirt that he was wearing at work earlier in the day. You know, the one that has the giant penises on it. He's just like, fuck it. This is fancy enough for work. Why isn't this fancy enough for a fucking wedding? I'm just going to wear it. So they all look the same, but the girls have kind of like changed again. The only thing that's changed about Louisa is the bandana. Okay, she went from a blood red to a crip blue. That's the only thing that she fucking did in her chola repertoire that she's got going on is another style of bandana. Whereas, you know, Letitia just changed her shirt. She went from like a purple shirt to like a lavender shirt with like flowers on it instead. And like, it's nice. And she's got like a black bra that you can see the strap of. And then you've got, you know, meanwhile, Rachel over here goes from like this jean and like top combo to some like white cocktail dress. Like, you're going to an abandoned factory, right? Yeah, you're going to party, but you're going to an abandoned factory. What Letitia and you know, Luis over here have and they're wearing, that's appropriate attire. What you're wearing is, I need to look really good at a piece of shit dump. It's like wearing the nicest dress in the world, going to the shittiest club you could possibly, you know, go to because you want to look better than the other ratchet hoes that are going to be around you, right? Or wearing your best shoes to, you know, that basketball game that you're going to go to, right? The one that you're going to play in. You're going to do your nice dress-up shoes that you're going to do to play basketball instead of just wearing something that's comfortable, because if it gets dirty, then you're not going to have to worry about it. Otherwise, you're going to have to, like, buff the shit out of it. Like, do you expect to have, like, nice places to sit down in here? And it's white. Right? I'm not trying to dress shame anybody in what they're wearing, but that is not appropriate to go to a rundown factory where, you know, your friends want to go get fucking laid and smoke up and drink up at the same time. I'm just saying. That's not necessarily the place that you want to go. But you know what? You do you, boo. You do you. You know, if you're just trying to, like, I don't know, send something over to Derek, like, you know, the fact is that I want to look good for you, but you're never going to get it. Not this time. Never, ever going to get it well, I was going to say something, but, you know, hey, that's where it goes. My vagina, you're never going to get it. Yes. But nonetheless, so they do manage to break in. And when they go inside, they start looking around the place and they realize that, yeah, it really is a goddamn shithole. Like, this place is a dump. Why would anybody really want to party there? But, you know, there might be something interesting around that everybody wants to, you know, see. But, yeah, it pretty much is a fucking shithole.
So this is Party Central, huh? Yeah, this is it. Oh, you sure know how to pick 'em, Louisa. Fuck yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I think a little bit of sport is in order. Who's coming with me?
Are you kidding? Baby, this place is fucking spooky.
Jeez, Letitia, for me for 5 seconds, you're already complaining.
If you want, I'll give you guys a little tour.
Cool. What about the Winbred twins there?
not.
Troy, I guess that leaves you here to watch our stuff.
You kidding me? I'm not fucking staying here by myself.
What's the matter? You scared? Just give me
the flashlight.
All right, guys, come on, let's go. Follow me.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay in this shithole by myself either. Like, I'm bound to catch something. Whether it's like, tuberculosis or a random needle's gonna fucking poke me or there's some random monster following around. Like, even if I didn't know this was Death Factory and I went there, the moment that I stepped inside, I would be, nope, I'm not gonna be in here because there's gonna be bums. And if there's gonna be bums, that means they're gonna have something to shank me with. This is Fresno, California. I ain't gonna fucking deal with this shit. Like, there's no way that you're gonna catch me in here. And you, wearing that type of dress to this place, that's the wrong fucking thing. Yeah, I'm gonna dress fucking shame you. You shouldn't be wearing that here. Everybody else, look at what we're all dressing, except for Derek over here wearing his fucking polo and fucking khakis. Oh, I'm sorry, you're no longer wearing the polo. You're just wearing one of those, like, black shirts that make everybody think that they're slim and looking cool. No, you don't. You look like a preppy fucking douche, okay? So why don't you go ahead, pack up your cocktail dress wearing girl, get me in your fucking car, and we're getting the fuck out of here. If they want to stay, fuck, smoke weed, and drink inside of this rundown piece of shit, that's more power to them. Me, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, that just should be the normal thing that's going on. So, they decide to explore around for a little bit and see if they can find what Luisa is calling a lounge area that they're going to go hang out in, because there's got to be better places than what they see at the beginning of the whole experience of this Death Factory.
What did you say this place used to be?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's been boarded up for a while.
Oh, shit.
What's up, bro?
I stepped in something.
Watch where you walk. There's all sorts of broken glass and shit in here.
Now you tell me.
It's too late now, girl. There's no turning back.
You doing okay?
Yeah. Stay close to me, okay?
I'm right behind you.
Jesus Christ! What's up?
I just walked into a spider web.
Jesus. I wouldn't be surprised. There's spider webs all over this place.
Hey, Louisa, any other surprises?
We'll see.
It's like some kind of storage room.
Yeah. People have been dumping their junk here for years. Once in a while, you'll find a bum camped out.
Let's just hope we don't run into anybody tonight.
Yeah, because this is a private party.
Hey, Troy, what are you doing?
Just looking around.
Well, there's not much to see in here.
Seriously, is the whole place like this?
No, there's other rooms.
Well, let's check them out.
Yeah.
Because this is getting old real fast.
Come on, guys, follow me.
So we get to see the hallway that we saw in the beginning of the movie, and then they go into the room that was at the beginning of the movie where the people were fucking on the couch. Well, not really fucking, they were kind of making out. And it's funny because there is the line, I believe that Derek is the one that says the line of, hey, is this the only rooms that are in this place? He's like, no, there's other rooms. But basically, we're in the same fucking room the entire time. Like, there aren't many other places that they visit. It's like the one hallway, and then that hallway from a different angle, and then that same room, and then the room from a different angle with different shit inside, right? It's like, here's the one with, like, this time there's a shelf here. This time, there's just some random doors. Now, this time, it's just a bunch of wooden planks with black shit on it on the side. And then we're going to go into the room. Because the sign on thing where it says, like, something medical, it's like neuromedical or whatever, they say it later in the fucking movie. I don't fucking remember. Like, that sign is in every fucking room that you go into, right? In this movie. They're constantly going in. And it's weird to me. Like, it threw me for a loop a little bit at the very beginning of the movie, and what I perceived was wrong. And like, I know it's a little hard for me to, like, in my mind to go explain it in the whole thing, but basically, you know, when you look at establishing shots or you look at, like, transition shots, when people are moving from place to place, right? And they go into a room and then they leave the room, right? They constantly in this movie will exit or enter into a room on the left side of the screen, and then when they come over to the next shot of them entering the room, they're entering the room from the left side of the screen, not the right side of the screen. So it throws me for a loop because I constantly think that they're exiting, when they exit the room and they exit on the left, they're showing up on the right. And I thought at one point that one of the dudes exited on the, the left side of the screen. And then when they came back to the hallway, he was entering on the left side of the screen. Like, if you're exiting on the left, I kind of assume that you're going to enter into the hallway again on the right and vice versa, right? Wouldn't that be the way that it would go? You exit or enter the room on the left side of the screen, and then in the next shot, the person would be coming in from the right side of the screen, so it looks like it's a continuous movement of going into the next screen. But instead, they're always entering every room in this movie, and when they go into the room after they've gone from like the hallway or whatever, they're always coming from the left, even if they enter the room from like hallways on the left side of the screen, and it just throws me off. Like, I really thought at one point, especially in the beginning of the movie with the boyfriend and girlfriend, that like when she left the room for the first time, she showed up on the right side of the screen, and then the next time when the boyfriend went to go look for her in the hallway, he exited also on the left side of the screen, but then showed up on the left side of the screen. But unbeknownst to me and my stupid like brain and the way that it was working, they both enter the hallway on the same side. It's just my brain was just being thrown for a loop. So this, again, it happens all the time. And then I love to like Troy looking at stuff. Oh, this stuff is interesting. And like he's literally picking up empty glass bottles. Like they're nondescript or they're clear. And it's like, look at all this cool stuff as they enter in the next room that they're going to be using for like their party room as they're looking for the lounge. And they're seeing all of the cool shit, which is a bunch of just empty glass bottles with corks on them.
Must be further down the hall.
This ain't no lounge, this is more like an office.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's get out of here.
No, wait, this is cool.
Don't worry. Take your time, we'll catch you later.
Dude, put that shit away. Come on, let's go.
Oh, God. Francis, what are you doing?
Just make myself more comfortable.
Well, be careful.
Don't worry, everything's under control over here.
Dyson Chemical?
Say what? Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Let's get out of here. This place is crazy. This is bullshit.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So again, there's all this cool shit over the room, as in, like I said, glass empty bottle with a cork in it, random crumpled papers, file folders that have been left there, chairs that are on the ground, random cabinetry. But it's weird. It's really funny when he's like, he picks up this bottle. He's like, man, there's cool shit. And there's nothing in the bottle. Like, at least do me the favor of putting, like, liquid or something in there. Like, maybe some green liquid, even if it's just water with food dye. At least to be like, oh, there's residue of something in here. Not empty fucking bottle that has a little bit of dust on the outside of it. So, it's funny in the way that it is. Also, what you hear in the clip that I provided for you as well, and one of the reasons why I did, is you hear Francis, like, he goes and he's like, man, I don't want to make a fool of myself. And then the chair that he sits down on breaks, and he slams his head against the table and falls to the floor. And I really feel like, I'm pretty sure that this was acted, but part of me, like, wants to believe that the chair really fell apart on him and like he hit his head on the table, because it looks like he hit his head on the table pretty goddamn hard if it's just a fucking like little pratfall that he's doing here, because he just kind of moves and he's balancing himself a little bit and then he falls over and like it's almost like his head catches the edge of the table, but the cut is pretty bad to where he's already kind of like getting out of the chair and just falling to the ground. But the reaction of everybody seems so genuine at the same time, like it really happened, and the cast like laughed because he did it. And normally that would be a blooper inside of the movie, but because of the limited shooting schedule, they're just like, fuck it, we're gonna keep it in this movie and deal with it. Who cares? The thing that happened is funny. So they decide to leave the room with all the cool stuff, and eventually they find the lounge. And again, like the other room, the one that like he fell in, I could see that as like a factory or like an office room. Like the way the desk is in there, the shelving and stuff like that. It could have been somebody's office, right? You have a nice little desk, a nice chair back there. You have your file cabinets. Maybe it's like document control or some shit like that. But like the lounge area that they find looks like a fucking like living room. Like it's if you ever saw a movie where they have like a rundown living room where a bunch of bums are living, that's what this is. It's not like a fucking lounge in an office. There's all, like I said, all these like really shitty couches all over the place. And then there's like a love seat that's in this place as well. And there's a coffee table in the middle. It looks like this is where somebody just abandoned all of their furniture and decided to leave it in here, right? Rather than it being a place that like people worked and this is where you went to go hang out while you had your lunch. Like, I would expect it to be like a lunchroom if like it had a bunch of long tables and shit like that. But does anybody really have a lounge like this anywhere? I mean, it's just, again, it looks so bad, but it adds to the charm of the movie at the same time. Like, it's me like asking these questions just because I'm talking shit, not because I'm like, oh, this is just a terrible choice and blah, 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 blah. No, it's just like, you can totally tell while watching this, they just kind of used what they had or what was there in the place. Like, this could even be somebody's storage, or maybe they just found an abandoned house that they decided to go do everything in. Because, you know, when they get there, Derek decides that he's going to try to find the breaker because there's no lights on anywhere. And so he goes off on his own, leaving everybody there. Rachel's like, no, don't go by yourself. And it's like, okay, you want to come along? But he's like, no, of course. He's like that type of person where he's like, no, babe, I've got this. Everything will be okay. Don't worry about me. And then he goes searching around the hallways. And while he's searching around the hallways, there's a room with it says authorized personnel on it, but it's obviously that these guys like taped this sign because it's just duct tape that's on the sign attached to a random door. Like, and this is where it makes me believe that this is just some like abandoned house that they found that they're filming in, because when it opens up, it's obvious that this is a kitchen because there's a goddamn refrigerator sitting in it. Who has an authorized personnel room? Unless it's like a lab. Okay, maybe I give you that. But it's like a standard like regular fridge that you'd find in any kitchen that was just like left behind. It even looks like it has some kids fucking fridge art and some alphabet letters that are magnets that are on top of the fridge, like over there. That's going to be in the authorized space, is going to be a random table, what looks to be like an ironing board sitting there, a set of cabinets that have been torn off the walls, and somebody's goddamn refrigerator that's in your fucking authorized space. And who would care if it was an authorized space if this is an abandoned factory? Like, wouldn't you move that out? Like, what would drive you to like leave this stuff? I know businesses, when they close down, they just try to sell everything, right? So that way that they can at least recoup some money, maybe pay off their employees, or maybe the owner decides that they're selling all this stuff so they get to keep the money of everything that's there. Like, that fridge is pretty prime real estate in that place. Like, it looks really nice. It probably hasn't been used in a while, but hey, I mean, especially if you're down in Southern California, and this is like the weirdest thing, okay? I'm going to have a sidebar for a second because it's really weird to me. If you live in Southern California, why the hell do you have to buy your own fridge if you're renting a place? Does that make any sense to you? Like, every place in Southern California basically requires you, majority of the places, maybe it's not so much now, but even 5 years ago, like if you're going to go move into a place, it doesn't come with a fridge. So you basically are taking your fridge with you wherever the fuck you go. Does that happen in any other state? In any other place? And I was choking up there for a second, so that sounds weird. But, like, around here in Northern California, don't have to deal with that shit. You've always got a fridge. They always provide it. Fridge and a stove. And I think there's even some places down in SoCal where they don't provide the stove as well. It's just like, you have to bring your own fridge. Why? Why is that a thing? Like, because they don't know what type of fridge you like? You know, and then what if what if you had a fridge from one house and you moved to the next one and, you know, it's not the same size? Like, are you fucked? You got to sell your current fridge? Or do you, like, sell your fridges to the people that were, like, going to be moving into the apartment? Like, you meet the people, even though you're not really able to, and or do the people that, like, the landlords that own the place, do they sell the fridge and then force the new tenants to buy a new fridge? Like, I don't get it. I don't know why that's a thing in those areas. But nonetheless, this would be a perfect fridge for somebody that was living in Southern California to just put in their apartment. That's what I'm really trying to say. So he goes in there, he finds the breaker, and unfortunately nothing works with it, but he hears some noise as he puts his like flashlight on top of the fridge for a second, and then like he opens it up to the point that, you know, or the fridge opens up, and then he goes to reach the flashlight and he bangs his head on the fridge. Like, I don't know exactly what happens because the scene just cuts to black. Like, literally, he turns around, he opens the fridge, obviously, with his own hand on the door. Like, it's not that it opens up by itself. And then he, like, looks stupidly down and, ooh, the flashlight dropped. Ooh, I can't believe that I dropped the flashlight. I guess I gotta bend down, pick up. And then it just cuts to black and cuts back over to everybody chilling out in the quote-unquote lounge area, waiting to see if he's coming back, as Louisa also expresses my opinion of the fact that Derek is just trying to get into her panties, especially with her wearing a dress like that. It's probably sending him the message that, hey, maybe tonight's going to be the night, because that's much easier to fuck in than fucking jeans. At least that's kind of what Louisa's maybe getting at on the whole thing.
What's taking him so long?
Who knows? Maybe he chickened out and went home.
I knew I shouldn't have invited him.
Okay, come on, you guys. He can be hurt. Maybe we should go look for him.
Go ahead. You know, maybe that's what he wants you to do.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Rachel. You know, the only reason why Derek came here is because he wants to fuck you.
Thanks, Louisa.
Hey, I'm just trying to look out for you. Maybe someday you'll
Look, tonight I'll look out for myself, all right?
Chill out, girls.
God.
This ain't supposed to be no cat fight. This is a party. What happened?
Oh, hell, there's an electric room right down the hallway, but there ain't no juice going to it.
Derek, what happened to your head?
It's all right. You know what? I just dropped my flashlight and hit it, too.
I told you, man. You gotta be careful around here.
Well, hell, if it wasn't for your stupid noises...
What noises?
Oh, come on, Francis. Man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I heard you trying to spook me in the hallway.
I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No, he's telling the truth. None of us have left this room.
Look, enough of this spooky shit. Look, y'all, we got music and we got beer, so let's party.
Woo! Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious in the way that they're portraying fucking Derek in this thing that, yeah, he is into her, but he really wants to get into her, all up in her, if you know what I'm saying there. And Louisa, she's kind of a hater at the same time. Like, you know, there's the whole statement of her in the beginning of the movie, we know that you like men too. You don't just like women. Like, I don't know if they're trying to, like, interject that into the movie as well, where they're trying to be like, maybe she's really into her, and she's, like, jealous because she's seeing Derek, and Derek is the one that gets to be with her, and Louisa doesn't get to be with her. I think they're, like, trying to infer that just a little bit, but not enough to make it, like, the biggest thing of the movie or anything like that. And so, you know, she's just basically, like, planting the seed that all Derek wants is your vagina. He just wants to sleep with you. He doesn't want anything like that. And she's such, like, the nice goody two-shoes, like, naive girl. No, it's nothing like that. Derek would never be that type of man. He wants to wait until marriage until he can have 6 wives. That's when he's finally going to be able to have sex with me. We all know this by now. You know, those type of things. But again, like, I would not sit in that dress on this couch. I wouldn't. In any of these outfits, except for the jeans. The only people that should be sitting on this couch is Letitia, is fucking Louisa, and is Troy. Everybody else, you're gonna fuck up your shit. Francis, he's got nice, like, white khakis. You don't sit on that shit, even with that nice little shirt that you've got there. And Derek, he's got, like, some tan khakis. You don't sit in that shit. Those things are going to be like gray or black by the time that you're done with this place. So, you know, Derek does finally come back. He's got supposedly a bump on his head, but there's nothing there. And then that's when they decide it's time to fucking party. As they start passing around the beer, turn on the tunes, and start dancing all over the place. Oh, yeah, it's time to get that party started. And that's where, like, they begin having conversation of what this place might actually be.
You guys get busy over there or what?
Fuck you, Francis.
I gotta hand it to you, Louisa. This place is not bad.
Yeah, how'd you say you found this place?
I don't know. I just stumbled into it one day. Just thought it would be a cool place to hang out.
When was that?
Why are you so interested?
Don't worry about it. He's just trying to have a little conversation, get things going.
Don't even bother, Troy. She's not into guys.
No. No, I'm asking because I think I know where we are.
Yeah, me too. Some broken down old factory.
Yeah, a factory. A factory on the edge of town. I thought it sounded familiar when you mentioned it before, Louisa. But then whenever I saw the paperwork in that office, I was sure.
Sure about what?
The paperwork all said Dyson Chemical. Sound familiar?
Wait, Dyson? Wait, yeah. They had a factory around here. Like some kind of accident, they had a radiation spill or something.
This is it, guys.
Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Do you mean to tell me that we are sitting in the middle of a toxic waste dump right now?
Worse. People were murdered here.
Murdered?
What?
Louisa, did you know about this shit?
First time I'm hearing it.
About 15 years ago, Dyson used to own this building. They were manufacturing experimental drugs. They told the public it was pharmaceuticals, but they were actually developing biological weapons. Real top secret stuff. One of the workers got contaminated and got so sick she had to quit. Dyson denied responsibility, of course. It was a terrible scandal, but not as terrible as what happened next. A few days after the scandal hit, somebody or something walked right into Dyson Chemical and killed everybody there. We're talking mass murder here. 24 people, all brutally butchered. And they never found the killer.
Okay, so this place is just fucked up, basically. So, Dyson, I mean the vacuum people? Is this what they were doing beforehand? They were creating, like, murderous chemicals and getting all the people? And so, like, it's weird that Troy, of course, like, knows everything. And he, like, yeah, where are we? Yeah, we're at the factory at the end of town. Yeah, the factory at the end of town. Okay, that's a terrible fucking line. Like, I get what they're going for, the whole thing. It's more like a, yeah, get it? The factory at the end of town. The bad factory? Like, they could have said something like that, but it's just the way that it's presented. Like, I know what they're going for, but I think it's just the way that it's delivered, where it just is like, he's repeating the whole thing. Like, okay, so you just repeated what I fucking said. The factory at the end of town. Okay, so what does that exactly mean? Well, I tell you, if you let me finish my fucking sentence, you asshole. Okay? Now let me tell you the story about the factory at the end of town. You keep saying the factory at the end of town. We've already established that this is the factory at the end of town. Okay? Just tell the goddamn... I'm telling the goddamn story. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. So then Troy goes into a little more of the situation. Like, we already kind of heard what's kind of going on with, like, the fact that they were bioengineering, like, something over here and they were disguising it as pharmaceuticals, right? And then something went wrong. And then we get, like, weird flashbacks that happen. Like, it's literally scenes of the, you know, the monster that's in this movie, like, with the hands, like, creeping up behind some dude in, like, what's supposed to be like a lab coat, but it's more like that construction thing. Or better yet, it's like, you know, American Psycho and Christian Bale when he goes and kills the guy to the Huey Lewis music. Like, he wears that, like, you know, white thing that's meant to, like, cover up for, like, painting and stuff like that. Like, they're literally in that, and they're just being, like, one gets, like, choked, and then the other one is, like, holding onto his neck, and then, like, supposedly ramming them into the wooden side of the wall. But it's the shitty wooden walls that are in this place. Like, it's not like they went and filmed it at some other place where you've got, like, completed walls on the inside, right? Because, you know, most of it's, like, drywall on, like, wooden frames and shit like that. No, it's the same shitty wooden frames and the same shitty floor and the same shitty everything that this factory, I guess, worked in. So really, this is a good representation, even if it's supposed to be an abandoned factory, that it was never really abandoned. This is the way it looked back then, and this is the way it looks now. Like, they even shoot a scene at the end of the movie in a different place, right? When you know, we have the final girl and everything like that. And, you know, the last, like, I guess you call it like an epilogue for the movie or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, they couldn't have used that. They couldn't have just done some of these scenes in somebody's house to make it, like, bright and look like it was in the past, instead of it just being used in the same fucking area. Like, we're just going to do all of our fucking shots here. We only have 3 on-location parts, and that's fucking it. The rest of it, all inside this thing. But we have to do this flashback scene. It doesn't fucking matter. We're going to use the same fucking thing. It's so ridiculous that they're doing that with these, like, little scenes that are there. So, you know, so you have these, as Troy's, like, just explaining kind of what happened for a little bit there. I would have included it, but there's such long pauses in between that it's just, I don't want to, like, have to constantly cut those things out for it to come back to, like, basically summing it up. It's not, like, super important that you guys hear it, but, like, when he comes back after seeing these little cut scenes, then he kind of goes into it a little bit longer, to the point that, like, you know, no one knows exactly what it is that happened here, to Francis deciding it's time to go off and fuck. That's just the way that things are going to work out here. And the other thing is, too, is that I didn't mention before, but it will come back again, but I did kind of mention it at some point, was sound design in this movie and them just picking up fucking everything, because I'm pretty sure you noticed the crickets. And the crickets come back. Originally, I thought it was like, oh, it's just a sound effect that they put in to signify that it's now, like, late at night and you can hear the crickets in the outside, because this is such an abandoned factory in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing around. Even though when you looked outside, there's a bunch of, like, trucks, like, you know, Mack trucks that are outside, and it's surrounded by homes, but yet it's an abandoned factory in the middle of nowhere, on the edge of town, where it's not really the edge of town, because there's still, like, businesses being done here just next to it, right? Unless they decide to abandon these brand spanking new looking trucks out there, which I'm pretty sure they didn't. And so I thought that maybe it was it, but I really believe, because of there's so much, like, external noise going on while you're listening to things, like, it's that everything's picking up. I'm pretty sure that they did film it at night and there were a ton of crickets, and they couldn't figure out how to get the crickets out of the audio track, because it pops up in kind of sometimes what seems like random scenes. But here you got the crickets going fucking crazy in the start of this scene. And I don't know if it's actually in this one as well, but I know it's in something else later as well. But here we're going to continue on and finish up Troy's story as Francis decides that he wants to go and fuck Letitia.
And their only possible suspect was the worker who had been contaminated. But she had a solid alibi.
What was that?
She was dead. She died a few days before the massacre, apparently of some strange disease. So the case was closed, Dyson left town, and the factory was sealed shut and never opened again.
Wait a second, I never heard about any killings. It was just a chemical spill or something.
That's what they told the public. They paid the press off pretty good not to release the truth.
Then how come you know all about it?
My friend's uncle was one of the cops at the crime scene. He said it was like hell on earth.
All right, Troy, that's enough, man.
But it's true.
You're just trying to scare us. That's what I think.
Yeah, seriously. And you know what? You're doing a pretty damn good job, too.
Don't worry about that, baby. Troy's just trying to creep us out.
Guys, I'm not making this up. You can check the papers if you don't believe me. Ever since this factory shut down, there have been all kinds of accidental deaths and disappearances around here.
So what? You're saying that this building is haunted?
Not haunted. The killer could still be alive.
All right. Enough of this spooky-ass ghost story shit.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, let's go. Bye, baby.
Hey, maybe we should go find a place for ourselves.
I think I'd rather stay here, Derek. I mean, this place is kind of scary, you know?
Don't tell me you actually believe that story.
Never know.
Well, look, how about this? Why don't we go take a tour of this place? Come on, just you and
Derek, I don't know.
Come on, Rachel, you actually think I'm gonna let anything happen to you? Come on. Come
Let's go. Have fun, kids. Nothing else to do but get wasted now. Oh, shit. We're fucking dried, man.
Any requests?
Why, you gonna go do a beer run?
Maybe.
You know, I might as well leave, too. Maybe I won't come back. This fucking party was over before it even started.
Do you want anything or not?
Sure.
I love that the solid alibi for the whole thing. There was one worker there, and she knew about it, but she wasn't involved. She had a solid alibi. Oh, yeah? What was that alibi? She was fucking dead. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, okay, I get it. That's a decent alibi. I'm not going to be lying about these things or anything, but really? That's the whole alibi for the whole thing is that she's fucking dead. She's dead as a fucking doorknob. Like, there's nothing else that you could say. Like, she wasn't there at the time. She was hanging out at Applebee's. They had the 2 for $20. She was making sure that she was getting hers because she had a hot date that night and he was going to pay. And then after that, she was going to get all the margaritas that she possibly could want and possibly ever need. But, unfortunately, she died that night. Like, come on, dude. It's just a little too much. And they're all like, there on every rim and word. And then they're like, okay, like, why would you want to stay? Why would you even want to be in this place and, like, hang out or do anything? Like, a bunch of people supposedly died in this place. And then he ends it. Well, she might even be here. Like it's some fucking campfire tale that he's telling and the way that he's finishing up everything. Like, and they never caught the killer. In fact, it was me. No, it wasn't him. Like, that actually would have been a pretty good twist on the whole thing. But we know that the quote-unquote monster of this movie is, you know, a woman. We've seen her multiple times. In fact, I think even her nipples are out in a bunch of scenes too. Not like out, but, you know, poking through everything that's there. Even though she's got a lot of blood and a bunch of extra makeup on top of her, you know, you see a titty, you like a titty. And you know what? Honestly, can we be frank here? When we finally get like a full view of the monster person thing, I'd hit it. I don't know. Maybe those claws would feel good going down your back. Like, you would get nice back scratches all of the time. Okay, maybe she might be a little bloodthirsty. Maybe instead of giving you hickey, she's going to take off a piece of your neck. But you know what? The freaks are the best. It's the way to go, baby. You know, freak in the sheets, killer in your dreams. That type of thing. Like, what I'm trying to say here is it would be like fucking Freddy Krueger, okay? Just without the insinuated stuff that Freddy has with him. And without the quips either. What would you rather have? Would you rather get fucked by Freddy Krueger or this person? Like, you know what? You'd probably marry Freddy Krueger. I think that's the way that you would do it. So that way, at least you'd have something that was, like, entertaining in the whole situation when things weren't going the way that you want. But you'd definitely just fuck this person. Then you'd still kill Ron Jeremy because it's fucking Ron Jeremy if you had to have a third choice for this F, marry, kill type of situation that's going on here. But nonetheless, I love it too that, like, then Derek's just like, hey, how about we go find our own space as well? And she's like, I don't know. I kind of like being here. Don't worry, babe. I'll make sure to protect you. I've got a couple fingers that'll keep you. I mean, I've got, you see these guns? Yeah, look at them guns. Honey, look at them guns. Come on. It's obvious. And Luisa's back there like, see, told you so. Bitch, I told you he crazy. And then, you know, Troy is still trying to make nice with Luisa when they don't have anything left. And be like, I'm going to go get you something. And then she's still thinking that he's like, oh, I'm going to go and, you know, get ready. You still want to go get together and you still want to fuck. But no, he's just like, dude, I just want some fucking beer. Just leave me the fuck alone and I'll go get some beer and everything like that. So everybody goes their separate ways. Troy goes out to possibly find a way out of this place to go get some more beer and smokes and bring them back. Like, does he even drive? This is on the edge of town. Was it like more stuff in the car? Or like he didn't drive himself there, so does he have fucking keys to that car? Is he being able to drive anybody anywhere? Like, why is he leaving everybody? The dude wouldn't even stay in this goddamn place to hang out by himself and watch stuff as they fucking went around. But, okay, I guess I'm going to leave this place and I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go get me some beers because I'm not scared enough to walk through this place all alone if I'm going to get fucking wasted after everything. In fact, you know what I can do when I'm out there? I can throw on that new Megadeth cassette. And then after that's done, we'll throw on some Anthrax. And then after that's done, we're going to put on some fucking Tesla, baby. And maybe even if we get lucky, I'll put on some fucking Striker. Hell yeah, we'll get the To Hell with the Devil. Yeah. You guys don't know Striker? Come on. It's like one of the greatest Christian thrash metal bands of all time. How do you not know about Striker? I'm very surprised and very upset with all of you that you don't know that song. Go out right now, listen to some fucking Striker. In fact, that's the only song that you should listen to from Striker, because it's the only song I fucking know, and I've seen them live before. But it wasn't by choice. So, like I said, they all go the separate ways. Troy goes out and does his thing. Derek convinces Rachel that, we got to go out and go find our own space too. And of course, we have good old Letitia and Francis over here, and they decide to go fuck. And then they go and they find a room, and what the fuck? How is there a bed in this fucking place? What kind of fucking derelict factory is this that there's a goddamn bed just sitting in some random room? Like, what? If this factory was a factory at some point, there's a sleeping room? I want to work at this factory. Wouldn't this be like the best place? You got your own like siesta bridge that you've got over here. Just decide that one of these times, I need to really go take a nap. Well, Paul, if you really want to go take a nap, you need to go down to D5. What's in D5? The most comfortable bed that you'll ever sleep on. Now, we might do tests on you while you're asleep, but hey, you get a good like siesta for a couple hours. You know what? That sounds like a great fucking idea. Let's go down there. Take me to D5. Siesta room. Do experiments on my body. As long as I get a couple hours of sleep, it'll all be good. So, Francis and Letitia go down to the fuck room and they get ready to get down and busy.
Okay, I know what you're thinking right now. And the answer is no fucking way.
Come on, baby. Bed is a bed, right? I mean,
forget it, Francis.
Hey, you still got spring. Besides, it beats the floor.
Somebody probably died in that bed.
What's the matter? Troy still got you spooked?
All right, maybe we should just go, okay?
Hey, wait, baby. Come on now. This is Francis you're talking to. You know Francis ain't gonna let nothing happen to
And this thus starts the longest and probably most graphic sex scene that I didn't think that this movie was going to have. Like, it's a little too much. Like, in the beginning, I thought that was a little bit too much as well, right? Okay, call me a prude if you want. The thing is that when it comes down to like sex and horror movies, I know that it happens. I know that it's a big thing, and you have these scenes and everything going on, and they're there, but they're not like this, right? Like, this feels like these two have fucked before, and like, it starts kind of like, like a standard sex scene would happen in a movie. Like, this literally goes into that softcore porn type of sex scene that we've got here, where like she's lying on the bed, he's on top of her, she removes her shirt and she's just got her bra on there, and then they're kind of like kissing, and then he like takes off her bra, and then the boobies come out and they're flopping everywhere, and he's like kissing on her chest a little bit and like that, and then it does like a crossfade over to him like getting ridden to death by this woman. I mean, she is going fucking hog wild. It's maybe not as intense as I'm talking, but like really, it kind of looks like these two are actually fucking, right? They are just going at it. She is just enjoying herself. Like, this is softcore porn. This is literally softcore porn. If you ever watched anything on Skinamax back in the day, and what do I mean by softcore porn? Basically, people are having sex, but you only get to see the top of the woman and the top of the man. That's basically it. Like, she's literally got just like a sheet, these nasty ass sheets that are on this nasty ass bed in the middle of this nasty ass fucking death factory that they've got back here. She just was like, you know what? I have to be somewhat modest while I'm fucking you. And so I'm going to use these nasty ass sheets to wrap around my body. When were those last washed? You're like fucking going at it in a fucking frat dorm with a frat bro that hasn't cleaned his bed sheets in 7.5 years. Right? He's still using his fucking Transformer bed sheets from when he was a teenager, you know, that he kept from when he was a young kid because he thought, fuck it, Transformers are fucking cool. And then brought him to college with him, and he decided, oh, since he's a part of the track team, I think I'm going to go fuck this guy no matter what. And you get in his bedroom, and you think it's rather weird, but that guy is so fucking hot that you want to make sure you get a piece of that action. And you know what? Optimus Prime, let's fucking roll out and let's fucking do this. And then you realize there's a funk in the air, but it's not the funk from him because actually he's well kept. He's decently groomed. He smells like he's got deodorant or cologne. He took a patchouli bath at some point. And you know what? He's perfectly fine. But when you wrap that fucking sheet around you, it smells like the unwashed ball sacks of 17 fucking jock straps because he's never done that. And then you don't know how many women he's fucked in this bed because there's probably a little bit of coochie funk in there too. Like, that's what you're dealing with in this. Like, this bed in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're just gonna fuck on this thing where nothing is fucking clean? You're gonna take off all your fucking clothes? Like, okay, so if you're naked, you know what? You know what I put down? We're gonna fuck on top of his clothes. He's gonna get his booty juices all over that shit. I may get my knees, you know, get a little scratches from the khakis that he's wearing, but I'm not gonna wrap that shit around me. That's the dumbest thing. That is how you get crabs, okay? You're gonna get crabs from these motherfuckers that, you know, have been staying here overnight because nobody in their right mind just leaves a fucking bed inside this place unless it's some goddamn bum. And that hobo is bringing other hobo women there to fuck unrelentlessly, regardless if they're full of any fucking diseases, because that's the only type of hobo woman he can get, okay? So now you're gonna get the clap, you're gonna get crabs, you're gonna get HPV, you're just gonna get a little bit of everything in there, and you're probably also get knocked up too, because I didn't see you bring a fucking condom. Where's the fucking condom, Letitia? Where's the fucking condom, Francis? Oh my God. Like, at least if you're gonna be clean, use that. Bring that with you. Maybe he's got in the back of his wallet, and that's gonna work really well. And so then we go over and we see that Derek and Rachel are walking down the hallways and they're hearing noises. They're like, oh my God, are they in trouble? And then they walk by and they watch Francis and Letitia fuck for a couple of seconds. It's like, and then they laugh. He's pounding her good. He's giving her the old jackhammer. He's froggy styling her. Woo, boy. Like, ugh. And then, of course, they end up back in the room that the couple at the beginning of the movie died in. I mean, it's like, okay, so what are they going to do here? And that's when they decide that, you know what? This place, it's so interesting. It has so many cool things like empty glass bottles and a caution wet floor sign and some fucking cardboard over here and this wonderful fucking couch that's all Victorian, but that is one dirty motherfucking looking couch. You know what I think we should do? We should use this room to ourselves and make out on that couch while I get this perfectly nice white cocktail dress filled with fucking hobo splooge. God damn it. Like, really? Are you that fucking horny? Right? There's no way. There's got to be some people, but for the love of God, like, if you're going to go to a death factory that's abandoned on the outside of fucking town, and you're going to bring a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you want to get horny with, bring a fucking blanket, okay? Bring something to cover that shit that is your own. So that way, it's at least touching the bottom of that. You're getting that hobo splooge on the bottom of the blanket, and it's not necessarily going to, like, you know, seep through and get into your booty hole. Okay? You're not going to end up with, you know, hobo-itis because you decided to make out or fucking fuck in a random fucking dilapidated fucking dumbass death factory on the outskirts of town. Why? Was I ever that horny of a teenager? Like, I have to think about that. There's been horny times for sure. And there's been times where I've gone to questionable lengths to try and get some out of somebody, or been with somebody and we're like, you know, the moment just hits and maybe you just want to fuck right now. But I can't think about outside of a car, like fucking in the open or fucking on a fucking like hobo sex dungeon. I would automatically just shrivel up and be like, you know what? I don't need this shit. That's exactly what it would be. So anyway, so they're basically going into the back room and deciding to play a game of, you know, stupid romantic stuff that doesn't need to be in this movie and doesn't fucking matter anyway.
Let's play a game.
Sure. What do you got in mind?
Oh, come here. You sit here. And I'll sit here.
All right, and then what do we do?
Then we ask questions.
What kind of questions?
Anything you want?
All right, well, who's first? I guess it's your turn. Rachel?
I'm thinking. Hold on. Okay. When was the first time you saw me?
First semester. You were sitting in front of me in English class.
You were in Miss Skinner's class? Huh?
You were always talking with Louisa.
Oh, yeah.
I promised myself that one day I'd go out with you.
Why didn't you say anything?
I don't know, too shy, I guess.
Yeah, right. You see Derek writing shy.
Yeah. Go ahead and laugh.
Not. I think it's cute. Okay. Your turn. Ask me something.
Okay, like, again, audio quality. Audio quality is not a prime feature of this movie whatsoever, because not only are they recording in a room where you can hear everything in the goddamn room that's going on, you can tell this is not being recorded in the evening. This is being recorded in the middle of the day because you can hear the goddamn birds outside chirping the entire fucking scene. And I cleaned that shit up. I cleaned the audio up and you can hear it even like phase through. It goes from lows to highs to, oh my God, you need to turn up the gain even more on this fucking mic because all we got is the handheld camcorder mic available to do this, and we couldn't hear him the first time, so we need to do the scene again, and so we're gonna do it. And is that a goddamn bird? Just leave it in. I'm not shooting this again. We only have 2 more hours of daylight. Isn't it supposed to be nighttime in here? We don't have studio lights. Just do it. Film it, I say. We'll edit it in post, but not really. Like, it's way more interesting than the shit that they're talking about how, you know, he saw her in English class and she was talking to Louisa, and Louisa's a fucking bitch, and so, you know, we got to do this over here, and I wanted to talk to you, but I was a little bit shy, and I wanted to make sure that everything was okay, and, you know, I really wanted to stick my dick in your butthole, but, I shouldn't have said that. I mean, I'm so funny. I'm just a normal-looking dude that is very kind and just wants to protect you and put my dick in your vagina. I mean, God damn it, I'm doing it again. This is how I ruin every fucking relationship, because all I really want to do is fuck them and leave them, but then I end up being Mr. Nice Guy over. I'm not supposed to talk about this either. Look over there. Like, It's just, it's dumb. This is shit I don't need in this movie. This is like padding time, padding run time, because you know what's going to happen. I can already tell you right now, if I was going to tell you pick a final girl from this movie, the moment that you met the cast of characters, you'd probably pick a specific one, right? And you would probably also think, is there going to be more than one? Now, if you saw the trailer, fuck it, you already know who the final girl of this movie is. Because again, yes, see everybody fucking die in this movie in the goddamn trailer, which is just fucking brain dead to me. Like, it's more or less, I think, to get people just to watch the movie. Ooh, look at all the bloody people. I think I need to see that because there's so many kills in this movie. Not necessarily just fucking trotting Ron Jeremy out the entire fucking time and saying he's in it for him only to fucking Seagal you halfway, not even halfway through the movie, 10 minutes into the movie. You know, that's it. And he shows up again, like we heard earlier, for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes in the fucking movie. But anyway, so they're talking about relationship shit, trying to get to know each other better, and when we see Troy, he's walking around the hallways, and he starts hearing noise, and then when he turns into, like, one room after he hears some extra noise, well, he hears something behind him, and then all of a sudden we see the monster chick back there as she's looking through some, like, plastic flaps, and that's the only thing in this movie that really makes me feel like this is some type of like medical factory where those are what separates like the clean room from the regular room, so that way, you know, you don't get particles coming through and everything like that. And so she starts like walking with her sexy fucking monster self. Again, I would fucking hit it. And as she walks through, he runs away and he goes down a corridor, and that's where he runs into Ron Jeremy's dead body. Oh, I'm sorry. He's in it again. For another 2 seconds. And I think there's another, like, maybe 4 seconds of him later on when they do more flashbacks to the dead characters or show the dead characters a couple of times. And that's about it. So he runs away from the dead Ron Jeremy character and goes down the hallway and accidentally runs into Louisa, who doesn't believe him that he found a dead body.
That was fast. Did you get my smokes?
I just saw my guy.
You didn't get my smokes, did you?
There's a guy, a dead guy.
Come on, give it a rest.
I'm serious, Louisa. I just saw him. Somebody killed him, and they were trying to kill me.
Listen, if you're trying to scare me, it ain't working. I'm not Rachel or Letitia.
If I show you, will you believe me?
Troy, come in here. Very funny.
No, I'm telling you, he was right here in this chair.
Maybe he got up and walked away.
No, but he was right here. I'm not making this up. You gotta believe me, Louisa. Louisa? Oh, shit. God damn it, Louisa.
Gotcha! I thought you liked scary shit, man.
Man, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Troy, I was just kidding. Oh, fuck. There go my fucking smokes.
Okay, this scene just in general, again, I have to point to the audio quality because that is not me that is causing those pauses. That's in the goddamn movie. Like, this has to be almost 100% in this little scene. It has to be ADR'd or him trying to clean up the audio as best as he can, and he did it in this scene where he basically silenced the outside noise and then like put it back in there, like in a way, because you kind of hear it when they speak. You get the whoosh, and then it goes just silent. And then it didn't work for this scene in terms of the way that the movie was edited, so they decided to just leave the scene as is and then not fuck with the rest of the movie, right? Like, it's everything in this movie that makes it that so bad it's good. I mean, this isn't like a Neil Brennan type of movie or anything like that. It's just independent filmmakers at work, right? Like, this is a passion project, or this is like I said, the very first film that somebody's doing to prove that they have the chops to do better and bigger films and everything like that, or to actually be a director and have other people do, like, let them do movies and stuff like that. Like, dude, if you're editing your movie, which I don't think that he did, I think somebody else might have, and if there was that information, I would have let you know. But even looking through the different things that are out there, I mean, unless I'm going through the credits, but you know how credits fucking work on fucking Tubi, like, you can't get shit but maybe like 10 seconds of the goddamn credits, and that's basically what you get out of it. And so I don't know if he edited it himself, and if he did, then, again, for a first movie, perfectly fine, but, like, you've got to do something with your sound, man. Like, I get it. You're filming on an iPhone. You're filming on the most generic thing, and you're only using the onboard audio for things. But there's obviously scenes where you have, like, wide shots that there was no way that you could have used the onboard audio unless you really, like, pumped up that gain. Like, it's just, here it's so weird that it just goes from talking to absolute silence and just blanked out to talking again that's clearer than most of the shit that you hear in this movie, but this is like, feels like the only scene that really does that shit. So anyway, Louisa doesn't believe shit that Troy has to say, right? Because there's no body there. He takes her back over, no fucking body. And then she, like, scares him for a moment, and then he runs away. And when he runs away, what happens? He runs into good old, Death Factory Killer. Basically, he's hearing noises once again. He, backs up against a wall, and then she slashes his neck in the middle of that whole interaction. And I think this is the scene that I thought when he got killed and he went against the wall, that he, like, held the set up and that it was going to fall on top of him. But that's actually not this movie. I definitely think that is another movie that basically does something similar that this movie does, and I need to find what that movie is. But basically, so he's attacked by her, and we get a better view of, the Death Factory, like, killer girl and her metal teeth, and supposedly the whole thing of her outfit that she's got there, that she's wearing in this thing, is that it's knife hands, sharp teeth, filthy hair, white eyes, and a G-string, which were all provided by the actress herself, right? She basically provided her whole thing. And that's Tiffany Shepis, who's playing the Death Factory chick. And this is actually also the first movie that Lisa J, this is the very first movie that she did, but she's done some other movies, nothing in some TV, but she's done voice acting in games as well. And I don't think that she's actively doing anything anymore. So basically, we have, Death Chick. We get a long kill montage for Troy, where she's, like, biting his neck, slamming his head against the wall, trying not to poke him in the face with her knife hands and everything that she's got there. And then he slumps to the ground to where she feeds on his blood for a little bit. And that's basically it. We get actually a decent kill. It's not, and it's funny too, because, like, there are two people that are credited for doing the makeup in this movie, which is Ron Karkoska and Mark, I'm going to totally butcher this last name, Villalobos, I think is what it is, who worked on Sky High and The Prophecy of all movies, respectively. So, it's not to say that they were, like, the main people. They were just part of the effects crew and the makeup crew that's there. But, hey, you know what? It's not too bad. I don't think that the makeup is really bad in this movie, because you really just have to do the makeup for her, and it's not terrible, right? I actually think it's kind of interesting for, like, a low-budget movie like this. So, he's dead. We go back over to, Francis and Letitia after they finish their coitus section that they have going on there. And, he needs to go pee. Well, they're also smoking a joint there and enjoying themselves. And so he's going to go up and use the restroom. And she's like, where are you going to go? I didn't see any bathrooms here. He's like, baby, when any place is as bad as this place, anywhere's your bathroom. Like, Jesus Christ. So he's going to go piss in some random corner somewhere. And she's like, you need to bring me back a beer, but make sure that it's quick or else you'll miss these. And she flashes her tits once again to that. And you know what? I got to say, the pairs of tits that you see in this movie, if you like boobs, you got very good boobs in this movie. And then all of a sudden you hear Francis once again, like him scream, and it cuts over to Rachel and Derek while they're making out over there. And like, you know, they're like, oh, what if they're in trouble? And he's just like, oh, you know, it's just Francis and Letitia. They're just fucking again. So just let them go fuck and let's keep making out and everything's going to be fine, which they basically do. And then we see Letitia go out into the hallway and like she's looking around and you basically get like a fake out type of jump scare where Francis just comes in and he's like, I like bumped my leg on something and I screamed, and she's really mad at him like, you didn't even bring back my beer. So Francis goes off to, you know, go get the beer for Letitia. And then we cut back to Louisa over for a second. And when we cut back over to her, she's looking for Troy, right? Because Troy hasn't come back. And what does she run up across as she's going through the hallways? She comes across like Troy's bloodied up jacket that he's got there lying on the ground. So she pulls out her knife and starts running around looking for things. And eventually she runs into Francis. And when she runs into Francis, she explains to him that, hey, Troy is fucking dead.
Oh, Jesus, Francis! Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, girl, what's the rush?
Where's everybody?
I don't know. Letitia and me. Is there any more beer?
Something happened with Troy.
You tripping on what?
No, I'm serious. I found his jacket covered in blood.
What?
Look. What? I just got it out, you know, just in case.
It's okay. Just chill out with the knife already.
Where's Letitia?
She's down the hall.
You left her alone?
Francis? Francis, you know, you better have that beer or you're in trouble. Oh, okay. I get it. So you want me to come out there, right? So you can scare me again. I'm staying right here, okay? If you want me, you can come and get me.
Letitia! I know we do. Letitia!
Oh, okay. Real cute, Francis. I mean, I ask you for a beer and you bring her back? God, you know, I told you I don't do threesomes.
Don't forget about that. Troy may have been... We think something may have happened to him.
What?
Listen, I found his jacket and there was blood on it.
All right. Okay, if this is another one of your jokes,
No,
Francis.
it's true, baby. I saw it.
Jesus. Now what are we gonna do?
Well, the first thing we need to do is find the others. Do you know where Derek and Rachel went?
No, I mean, we've been here the whole time.
Okay, well, let's start looking then. Come on. The sooner we get everybody together, the sooner we can get out of here.
Let's go.
So, you know, he believes her right away, but he sees that she's got, like, the knife in her hand, and he's like, look at her, you got blood all over your hands, and you're holding a knife, and Troy's dead? Maybe I shouldn't be here. Did he call you lesbian? Because I warned him if he even, like, made a mention of that you're gonna, you know, stab him in just one spot, and one spot only, again and again and again, not killing him, but making him feel the knife go in and out of him constantly. Yeah. No. Nothing like that. It's for protection. I just brought it out. Don't worry about it. And like, then we go back into the hallway and you know, Letitia must have been really mad at fucking Francis over there with him, like, quote unquote, scaring her. Like, he literally, like, just comes up behind her, and when he does, like, quote unquote, scare her in the hallway, and he's, like, really kind of serious about the whole thing, and, like he saw something or heard something, and he kind of, like, freaked out just to make sure that she was okay. And so because of that, like, she gets mad at him, and he also didn't bring back the beers, which I can also be understanding. I'd be mad at him, too, if he fucked the shit out of me. I wanted a beer, and he doesn't bring me a fucking beer. You know, fuck that guy. I'm going to put my bra back on, too. And I love it when, like, so you hear the noises, and you see, like, the creature walk around. And it's like she's stalking her in the hallways and moving closer to Letitia. But then by the time that Louisa and Francis are walking back towards the room, and, you know, Letitia's, like, talking her shit to, you know, who she thinks is Francis, like, it's not there. Like, this creature is just not like hanging around, or looks like she goes into the room but then really doesn't. And then there's the dumb joke about like, threesomes. Oh, I asked you to bring me a beer and you bring this bitch. I told you I don't do threesomes. He's like, well, just forget about that. We'll try that later. I'll try that thing later on, but not now. And so they, that's when they're going to go and get Rachel and Derek, because they realize something weird is going on here, and Luisa's hands are completely full with blood. The other thing is I don't know if you noticed it as well, and this is what I was talking about earlier when I didn't talk about it at the scene, is that the crickets are back. So you know that this scene was filmed at the same time as the other scene, because I don't think, again, that they're artificially pumping cricket noises into this place if not every scene has the cricket noises. Why would you have it here and in the earlier scene if you were adding cricket noises to it? So literally, it's just picking up the outside noises as it picked up the birds before. So just like, the audio noises keep just getting better and better, and you can see how the film was even like at what points certain scenes were filmed by just the ambient noise that was going around in the outside. I also found out while looking around for some stuff during some of the clips, because sometimes I do that, this was filmed in LA. It was filmed in Woodland Hills is where it was filmed. So makes perfect sense, and why everything looks like it would be in Los Angeles. And, it also makes sense for the college, too, because that might just be a community college that they have there. Anyway, I digress with that. So we go back over to Rachel and Derek as they're getting hot and heavy and making out, and Dude Man just does not take when no means fucking no.
Said no.
Man, I don't get it. I thought you wanted to.
Wanting to make out with you isn't the same as wanting to have sex.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't
Look,
know
it's
that.
okay. Let's just not rush things.
Oh, thank God, you guys! We're looking all over
Lisa,
for
what
you.
the hell are you doing here? Jeez, we can have a moment together without
Shut
you
the fuck
bringing.
up, Derek. Something happened to Troy. We have to find him.
Well, wait a second. How do you know?
I'll tell you on the way. Let's go.
You think he's dead?
I don't know for sure, but his jacket was full of blood.
Oh my God. Troy was right. About what? The killer. The guy who killed all those people years ago? You guys, he's still alive and he's still after us, whoever it is.
Calm down, Rachel. Look at this. This is exactly what Troy wants us to think. I mean, Jesus, if the guy could see us now, he'd probably be laughing his ass off. Shit! Don't.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, who could have done this?
Who cares who did this? Now what are we gonna do?
We're getting out of here right now. Louisa, you know this place. Where's the exit?
I don't know about an exit, but I'm sure we can find our way back to the front entrance.
Well, whatever. Let's just move. Which way is it?
This way, come on.
Are you sure?
Yes, come on, leave me.
So yeah, Luisa was pretty much right about him in the first place. He just wanted to get into her pants because he's like still trying to run his hand up her thighs and caress her ass. Like, okay, I get it. Like, that can mean sex, but it could also mean heavy petting. And, maybe he wasn't thinking about sex, but sometimes you just need to grab an ass, right? I get it if he was like running his hands underneath your skirt and trying to touch your hoo-ha there. Like, yeah. But again, also if you told him no earlier, which she fucking did, like, don't do that shit unless she puts your hand there, right? Like, it's on her leg. She's perfectly fine. Leave it the fuck there. Like, if you're such a nice guy and you just want to protect her and you want to be a good boyfriend because you really liked her, then you wouldn't be necessarily trying that shit unless she was leading you to that shit. Okay? And like for him to like suddenly have a fucking little baby pout. Oh, I thought you were have sex. Like, that's why we came back here. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes a bitch just wants to make out. So just fucking enjoy it and make out with the bitch. Like, get it done. Eventually, you're probably going to have sex. You know, and then if she truly is Mormon, which I doubt that she highly is, you're going to have multiple wives. Everything's going to be fine. You're also going to be forced to have a lot of kids. But hey, that's just the consequences of dating somebody like this. And if you really liked her, you would just go that way anyway. So then that's when everybody else shows up, mentions that, hey, Troy is possibly dead, but they can't confirm that he's dead, but he has a giant fucking bloody jacket and she's completely covered in blood all over her goddamn hands. So they run to the front of the building trying to make sure that they can get their way out, and unfortunately that entrance is blocked.
Go!
Shit, fuck!
It's not working, Francis. We're locked in.
Well, we gotta find another way out.
I don't know of any other way.
Well, we have to look for it. Francis, you and I need to try and find another place to get out of here.
What about us?
Louisa, look, you stay here and take care of the girls.
What? No, Francis, you are not going.
Hey, we gotta find a way out of here.
I want to be with you, baby.
Derek's right. You gotta stay here.
I don't want to. I don't want to stay here alone, please.
Look, I'll be back, okay?
Look, you will. Francis, come on, let's go. Come on, Francis.
So, of course, the entrance to the whole place is blocked off. Somehow, somewhere, and probably due to the monster, if the monster is actually relatively smart, the whole way out is completely blocked off and they have nowhere to go. So, Francis and Derek, they're the ones that are going to leave the girls all by themselves to protect themselves. I guess Derek isn't really doing a good job of protecting fucking Rachel if all of this shit is happening, and to search the hallways looking for another exit or another way out, right? And so they go down the hallways, and eventually they do find a room that's kind of off to the side, and, you know, they decide to split up, even though Francis is like, you know what? It's probably a really bad idea for us to, not go in the same direction. But, you know, of course, Derek convinces him that's the right thing to do and leads him off onto, go into the room while he searches other corners of this abandoned factory. We cut real fast back over to, the girls, and Letitia's freaking the fuck out, wanting to get the fuck out of this place, which I don't blame her, to where we go back to Francis searching one of the rooms, and unfortunately, Francis meets his end.
Where the fuck are we?
Beats the hell out of me. And there's gotta be a window around here somewhere. Maybe we can crawl out.
I don't see no windows.
Well, there's gotta be another way out of here.
What's this? Check this out.
Oh, shit. Dude, maybe we should split up.
No, I don't know about that.
Listen, you go down this way, I'm gonna go down here. One of us is bound to find something.
You don't get killed first.
Listen, if you find something, just call me. Right? Either way, be back here in 5. If anything happens, just yell.
Don't worry, I will.
I can't take this anymore. I just can't. You're making too much noise. I don't care. Anyhow, it's your fault we came out here.
Stop it, both of you! Look, if we don't stay together, none of us are gonna make it out of here.
There's nothing in here. What the fuck?
So, poor Francis now meets his end at the hands of our monster here. And she, beats the living crap out of him. He thinks that he gets, the jump on her, and he tries to attack her with the flashlight, but she gives him the old ropey dope, and then takes her claw hand and does the one thing I didn't think was going to happen in this movie. And what is it? Everybody say it with me. It's the thing that you don't do to a dick, okay? If you have knife hands, you don't take your knife hand and stab it directly into the dick and then puncture twist so that way it sprays blood everywhere. That is something to add to the list. I never thought I would be adding this to the list. It is not in self-defense. She is a monster. She is fucking killing him, and you could have just stabbed him in the goddamn stomach rather than rip off his cock and balls, okay? I will not stand for this. This is not the right way to do things, which it would do this to me too. It stuns the living shit out of him to the point that she knocks him onto the ground and then starts like slashing at his face. Meanwhile, we have Derek on the outside trying to get into the room, which they pulled to open up, and he's like punching at it and pounding on it on the outside like he's trying to break it down from that side instead of just pulling on the door. He like pulls on for a second, okay? I'm not saying he doesn't try, but then he doesn't. Then he eventually is able to actually get in there as she's like, again, she's supposed to be slashing his body, but all she's doing is slashing his t-shirt and rubbing her fingers on his chest. I guess she was really jealous of Letitia because she wanted to get some of that dick too. And she quite literally got some of that dick. And so she ends up biting him in the neck. And then when she bites him in the neck, it does one of those things where it sprays the camera with the fake blood. And then they continue filming the scene with the blood on the camera lens. Like, that's okay. I don't mind if a movie does that. It's just when it's obscuring most of the screen that we have here, it's not necessarily one of the best things to see. So Derek eventually breaks down the door, opens it up, and walks in on the creature feeding on Derek. And then he sees her, and then he just stops. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was interrupting. You guys were having a good time, and I don't know what else to say. I came in here, and I didn't expect to see this, so I will see you later, okay? And then he runs away and goes back into the main room where the girls are discussing like exactly how they're going to get out of there, and Derek shows up to tell them that Francis has been killed.
Sit down, Letitia.
No, you know what? We can't just stand around here all we can do right now. God, I wish they'd come back. They will. Look, we just have to wait. I can't wait. I can't wait anymore.
You've got to calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down, Louisa. All right, that is my boyfriend out there. Derek?
What happened, Derek?
Where's Francis?
He's dead.
What?
You killed him.
No.
I'm sorry.
That is not true.
Sorry.
You're lying!
Who killed them, Derek? Did you see them?
Yeah, I saw it.
It? What do you mean, it?
I don't know. You know what? It wasn't human, Louisa. I don't know what it was. It was just some kind of, I don't know, a monster. I don't know.
Oh, come on, you really expect me to believe that?
Oh, come on! I saw it rip his head off, all right? It was fucking eating him!
Oh my God! What are we gonna do now?
We can't stay here, that's for sure.
Why not?
Because if that thing shows up, we'll be trapped!
Okay, so where do we go?
Okay, I've been thinking. There's gotta be another way out of this place.
How?
The basement.
Basement? I didn't hear anything about a basement.
I've only been there once, and supposedly there's some tunnels in there that lead outside.
Oh, shit! You know what? I really wish you would have thought of this sooner, huh?
Well, I've never actually been in the tunnels, but I knew some kids that told me about it.
Do you know how to get in?
The only way in is on the other side of the building.
All right, look, let's do it, okay? But look, we have to stay close together.
Derek, if we're gonna go out there, we gotta be prepared.
So she decides that it's time to get some weaponry because, you know, she's got her knife. And so she rummages through the trash on the floor and finds a pipe and like one of those steel beams that they use to like put the walls together. I don't know if you've ever seen those before. Usually like you put it in a cross in the center and that's what builds like the frame of the wall so that you can put the drywall up on that stuff as well. And so hands that over to Letitia and hands it over to Rachel as they go and try to find like a way out of there. She also manages, I guess, to find a crowbar that... It's funny because in the next scene, so they're trying to run away and get out of there and they end up getting locked in a hallway and there's like a door that's there that's also chained up with a master lock and she's like, give me that crowbar. And she grabs the crowbar from Letitia, but then Letitia still has like a smaller pipe that's there. It's really weird. If she grabbed it from her, then she shouldn't have it anymore, right? And so Derek tries to be the man in the situation and tries to attack the monster, but the monster basically like, get out the way, bitch, and like throws him off to the side. So, you know, he gets thrown to the ground. Letitia is screaming. The monster then goes over to Letitia, grabs her head, and pokes her fingers through her eyes. Not using the knives that are on the hand to like crush into the head or anything. No, because there isn't the budget and the makeup to do something like that. But to like, you know, push her thumbs into her eye sockets. And it's decent makeup, like looking at her with like the eyes being like pushed in and stuff like that. It's nothing terrible, but it's nothing great at the same time. And so while she's getting killed, Louisa, Rachel, and Derek somehow gets up and they run downstairs into the basement. They end up running to where they think the tunnels start, and that's when what's blocking the way but a bunch of fucking garbage. Like, oh no, we can't get through. There's nothing here but cardboard and empty garbage pails, like garbage cans and like buckets and shit. Like, okay, and you can't see past it for what happens in like the next little thing that's gonna go on here that's so goddamn ridiculous. So they're trying to get through. The monster is chasing them downstairs, and you can tell that this is like one of the few pre-built sets because it's all like this weird brick that's there, and it doesn't look like it belongs in the scene. And there's two like scrims that are up there. If you don't know what scrims are, if you've ever been to a concert, and there's usually like this like pole, like PVC pipes, and there's like, you know, a fabric or like some like logo thing that's put on top of it, that's like a scrim, and that's what it looks like that's there. There's these two scrims that are up against the wall that are like blocking back there and are like part of the quote-unquote junk and are part of the set that they've got going on here. So, you know, Derek decides that the monster is coming and somebody has to survive. So he decides to go face the monster one-on-one while, you know, Louisa and Rachel find out how they're going to get into the tunnel, right? And it's hilarious because, again, this is also another scene where I don't think anybody's wearing a bra because, you know, Rachel's got the guns out. Not just the you know, the arms, but also the nipples are like protruding through her fucking shirt. So again, it's hard not to notice these things when everybody's nipples are just poking out of everything. So you have Derek going down the hallway. He grabs the lead pipe, and as we see the monster running slowly, or not running, but walking slowly down the hallway towards them, that's when he decides to strike her from like around the corner and knocks her the fuck out. Instead of running back to the girls, he decides to trek out and see if he actually knocked her out. And instead of double tapping her, he does absolutely nothing. We then go back into the basement area where we see they've removed the last of the junk, and there's just the two scrims and some wood and stuff like that against the wall, and that's where it's revealed that there is no tunnel. And then all of a sudden, Louisa, she looks back over at Rachel with these mean-looking eyes, which is to signal that she's in on it, right? And it's funny because I haven't seen this movie in years, and I mean years. And automatically, like at the beginning of it, I was like, oh yeah, she's related to the monster that's in here, and she's bringing them in. That's like the big part of the story, right? Like normally when I watch movies like this, I can remember bits and pieces, but sometimes I forget those types of things. And I was like, and then watching this back again, I'm like, it's really blatantly obvious, isn't it? Like how everything is set up that, yeah, this is supposed to be the big twist in the movie. And so Rachel realizes that Louisa has something to do with this. And so they start struggling, and like Louisa and her are fighting. And while they're fighting, the set falls down on top of them. Like it literally, like she pushes her back against the wall, and then the set falls down, and so they back up, and kind of like Louisa kind of pushes up against it a little more so that it fits up against the wall again. And they left it in the goddamn movie. Now, granted, it was just like a wooden thing or like the scrim thing that was like back there. Like, okay, I get it, but like, do you really want that to still be a part of your movie where pieces of your set fall down on the actresses that are in the movie? It's so goddamn hilarious because it just, whoo, boop, and it falls down right on top of them, and then she backs her, into it as well so that she's able to like put the set back up. Right? Because the way they leaned it, you can see it in the scene before, it's at an angle. So when they back up against it really tough, then they, it's going to like bend a little bit, and then the wave is going to cause it to knock forward. And it's also hilarious because like she pushes her back against it, and then like I said, you see Louisa like back up a little more than maybe she should to put the fucking thing back up on the wall. It's fucking hilarious. We then cut over to Derek, who's checking out good old, monster lady over here. And like literally, as he's looking at her in the face, she grabs him with the, her knife claws and then kills him, brings him to the ground and like eats his neck. And then he's basically dead down there. And she starts making out with him with all the blood running out of his mouth and humping him. We then go back as Louisa has now caught up to Rachel, and they're having a cat fight in the hallway, as then all of a sudden, who shows up but the monster, and we get the final twist reveal of the film that, in fact, yes, Louisa is related to the monster in some way, shape, or form. And, what is it? And this also happens to, like, Rachel does win the fight with Louisa, runs and finds the body of Derek, right? Thinking like, oh, he's going to make it. He's alive. But, he's dead. And it's funny because, too, when the monster kills Derek, she like punctures his chest, but there's no wounds when we get back over to the body. So the big reveal of it is, yes, they are related. Yes, she is helping out the monster. But the reason she is because the monster is her sister named Alexa.
Going somewhere, Rachel?
Louisa! What are you doing?
Nowhere to go now.
Get out of my way! No! You're crazy, Louisa! It's gonna kill us both!
No, she won't. Will you, Alexa? She'll do whatever I say. After all, I take care of her.
Take care of her? What the hell is that thing?
Alexa's not a thing. She's a person, just like you and I.
It's not human. It's gonna kill us both.
Alexa's my sister, Rachel. That's my sister.
You're crazy. Your sister died when you were 15.
That's just what we told everybody. No, Alexa's Troy's story was true. Dyson owned this building, and Alexa worked for them as a researcher. One day she got exposed to hazardous chemicals. After that, she got more and more sick. At first, her mind went. But then, after a while, we couldn't recognize her either, and we kept her at home as long as we could. And we tried to keep her sickness a secret. She got away. We found her covered with blood. And we knew what had happened. And when the police showed up, there was only one thing we could do. We told them she was dead. She's lived here ever since.
How could you? Listen, she killed all those people.
It's not her fault she's like this. She didn't want to hurt anybody. They did this to her, Rachel. All I can do now is try to keep her alive while she gets better.
She's not human. She's not human.
I have to help her. She needs blood to survive. She needs human blood. She'll die without it, Rachel. No, Alexa. No, stay back.
That's why you brought us here. You brought us here because you knew she was gonna kill all of us and she was gonna take our blood.
That was perfect. Usually nobody comes here because this place is so isolated. And you guys wanted to party.
You're gonna kill me. Huh, Louisa?
She's my sister. I'll do anything for her.
No! No!
Back. Stay back. Stay back. No, not you.
Oh, you bitch! Stay back! No! Step back! Stay back! Alexis Midweek!
So that's the big reveal, is that she was a researcher that worked here and worked in this factory. I don't know why we keep calling this a factory. Isn't this a research facility? Like an underground research facility? But I guess it was meant to be like a drug production place, so I guess you could call it a factory at the same time. But they keep going through it's goddamn fucking Umbrella Corps. That's exactly what this is. This is just Resident Evil all over fucking again. So she got exposed to whatever was going on here, and it slowly changed her and made her into the monster that it was. So the story was kind of true that Troy was telling, except for the killer was the person that supposedly died that they had an alibi for, right? And instead, this was Alexa here who turned into this monster with the, metal teeth and the knife hands. How does, chemicals turn you into somebody that has knife hands? And these weird, bars that connect everything. The metal teeth, I will give you. It changes your mouth and your structure. Maybe she's got, adamantium inside of her or some shit like that. She's the brand new Wolverine without the fucking healing potential, okay? I can grant you that. No problem. But, the weird shit that is connecting everything, that holds on to the knife hands, which are obviously not a part of her body, but just, fingernails that she has. She went into some, random fucking nail salon and said, hey, I want the metal joints to do with my hands, and that's what they did for her in this situation. I don't fucking know. So, as she's doing this, and Luisa's she's gotta eat blood. If she doesn't have blood, she doesn't survive. And you know what they say, homie, blood is thicker than water, eh? It's that way. So I gotta feed her blood, not water. That's the way it works, Holmes. All right? Orale, we gonna get you. It's those things. And then, of course, Rachel breaks free of her grasp and, knocks her back. And Alexa's like, well, I gotta get my blood one way or another, so fuck you, sister, because she's a goddamn monster. She's not a human. She isn't it. And so that's when she kills, poor Luisa. And Luisa gets, downed in the corner after she gets... I think she grabs the knife real fast and slashes her. And then, Luisa, drops to the ground, and we have Alexa with her boobs bouncing everywhere. And it's funny too, because there is one shot when she's slashing at her, and she's the only one that has pasties on. The thing flips around, and her boobs flip around inside of the shirt that she's wearing, and one pops out for a second, and there's a pasty on top. And then what's also funny too is that poor Rachel over here, she's covered in blood and everything, but she has two handprints of blood that are on her tits. They're right there on that part of her, and so. She ends up running down the hallway, trying to get away, and then Alexa pounces on her back and runs her claws down her back and flips her over and is getting ready to eat her. And that's where she sees Luisa's knife there on the ground, grabs it and stabs Alexa in the throat, causing her to spurt blood everywhere. And then she walks out of the factory. I guess somehow the front door opened at this point. Just out of the middle of nowhere, they were completely locked in there, but now they're able to actually get out? What? Doesn't make any sense. And it makes sense why it got blocked earlier, because Luisa was probably the one blocking everybody in. So, she gets out, she's wandering along the street, and then everything fades to black. We then come upon the next morning, and we see that she's awakening in a hospital, and she's being greeted by the doctor, who's telling her exactly how they found her and what's been going on at that location.
How you feeling, Rachel?
Where am I?
You're at St. Joseph's Hospital. You've been here for 5 days now.
But how did I get here?
You don't remember.
Last thing I remember, I was running. I was running and I was trying to get out of the factory.
They found you on a road near the old Dyson chemical plant. You were unconscious. For a while there, we weren't sure that you were going to make it. Rachel, this is Detective Terrell. He'd like to ask you a few questions.
Hi, Rachel. Glad you're back with us.
Did you go to the factory?
Yeah, we've been there.
My friends. All my friends. She killed them all.
Well, we found several bodies, but we haven't identified all of them yet.
What about Alexa?
Who?
Alexa. She's the one who killed all those people. She's a monster.
Maybe she needs some more rest.
Look, she has these long metal teeth, like fangs, and she had these long metal fingernails. Look, she wasn't even human.
It's okay, Rachel. Why don't you get some sleep and we'll talk more later.
Look, she's been living there for years.
Don't worry about it, Rachel. We're gonna find out who did this.
But I know. Wait. How many bodies did you find?
8.
So before we get into this little scene here, one thing I did forget to mention is when she does escape, like she just pushes over a wood thing, and it's like obviously like a backlot of someplace. Like it doesn't look like anything we saw at the beginning of the movie. And as she's like walking away, Alexa does show up, and it does like the fake out, like, oh, she's really alive and she really didn't escape. And then we wake up inside the hospital, right? And so she's talking to the doctor. Doctor's trying to explain everything. And a detective shows up and goes through the whole thing that they did find all of her dead friends. And then when she asks, how many more bodies are there? You know, how many bodies did they find? And there would be 8. And she's like, 8, yes. I know of the number 8. 8 is the number, and the number is 8. 8 is always in my dreams. It's there, haunting me, making me believe that 8 is the key. And if only it were the key to my heart, would I know true love. But unfortunately, it is the key to my utter destruction. Yes, 8, that hateful number 8. The number 2 doors down from the beast. But it's like, okay, I get it, what we're doing here. We're kind of like sort of setting up for a sequel, I guess, because the final scene of the movie is her sitting in the bed, counting through all of the bodies that she saw and that the people that died there, and realizing that, wait, there should be 9 bodies if Alexa was dead too. And so we pan back into the death factory, and the last shot of the movie is Alexa in her like little like goblin pose at the camera, and the movie itself ends.
8. Troy. Francis. Letitia. Derek. Lisa. 8. But what about... She's still alive.
And so that was Death Factory. Yes, it does set up for a sequel. And funny enough, this movie does have a sequel that was released in 2008 called Death Factory Bloodletting, sometime also stylized as the Death Factory Bloodletting. And it was released that had very little connection, supposedly, to this movie. So, like, it does have that, like, you know, surprise, oh, she's really alive ending to the end of this movie. And, like, this movie is just, it's dumb fun. I really have fun watching this movie. I had fun the first time I was watching this movie. I had fun this time watching this movie. It's just a really good time. Is a lot of the shit in this movie really piss poor? Yeah. Again, independent director, independent horror. I probably give it a little bit of extra leeway than some other people would, but it's still a fun time. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. You've got really likable characters, especially fucking Francis. Really characters you could give a shit about, which happen to be Derek and Rachel. I really could care anything that they do in this movie. And just, like, creme de la creme of, like, kind of shitty acting in the movie. Well, at least shitty dialogue that's going on. The audio is a goddamn mess in this movie. Even in the last scene with the fucking doctor, you can tell that these scenes were filmed independently of each other, possibly at different times, at different sets. Who knows when they were done? One could have been just done, like, in somebody's room. They decided to do it somewhere. Look, I need you to be available for, like, what, 5 lines? 10 lines maybe, and that's it. And, like, because you get, like, that distorted audio, and then you get, like, relatively clean audio, and then back to the distortion, then back to the clean. So it's just, it's ridiculous. And they get all, like, the birds and the fucking grasshoppers, crickets, everything else out there. You get all these noises all over the place while you're trying to understand what the fuck is going on with the dialogue in there. So it's just, it's fun. It's terrible. It's just, it's a fucking masterpiece of so bad it's good cinema, right? I think that that's one of the reasons why that, like, I think you should have seen this movie before watching the podcast, because, like, you have to appreciate a lot of the stuff that's going on in this movie in that so bad it's good angle. And honestly, there are some good things. I like Alexa, the creature that's there. I think the makeup for what it is pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look great, right? But it exceeds my expectations for a movie. How everything else in the movie is, it exceeds my expectations for a monster. And while not, like, overtly gory, there's plenty of blood in this movie. If you really want to have a really bloody good time, you can't go wrong with a lot of things, even though there's a couple visual type of scenes that we've got with, like, neck pieces being ripped off and stuff like that. So that's, like, decent gore. But, when they're slashing at a chest and there's no makeup to show that there's damage being done, it's really silly in the way that it is. And especially, like, when she stabs people and there's no visible evidence of them being stabbed. And even when she does it, like, her nails sometimes are different lengths. Like, I think in the beginning of the movie, the knives are, like, a little bit longer than they are towards the end when she's doing more action. And the fact that a piece of the set falls down in the goddamn movie just puts the fucking cherry on top of the goddamn sundae. So, very entertaining. It's definitely worth your time. So we go into the final ratings for this movie. And so when we get to these ratings, remember that this movie gets to be rated on a so bad it's good scale, right? So it's probably going to be like, why is it so high? It's because it's so bad it's good. I reserve the higher ratings on any of these movies. When it is a so bad it's good movie, it gets a higher rating, right? If I were to look at it critically, this would probably be like a 2, right? But because I enjoyed myself so much, this is the fucking terrible terror scale, and I give it what the fuck I want. And so the gore, it's a 3 out of 5. I would even maybe bump it down to a 2, but there are a couple scenes that are relatively gory for what they are in this film, even though they look bad, right? The heart looks fucking terrible, but it's a gory scene for what it is. So it gets a 3 out of 5. Crap factor, it's a 5 out of 5. From the editing, to the sound design, to the sets, to just sometimes the acting being so bad, to the storyline. The storyline isn't terrible. It's just some things in it shouldn't be. For an hour and 22 minutes, right? Really an hour and like 20 minutes with the beginning stuff and the ending credits. Like, it feels really good. It runs short and for what it has, but it's still a 5 out of 5. But the fun in this movie is a solid 5 out of 5. And it's just, you have to enjoy everything that goes along with it. And Francis is such a fun character. That actor did such a phenomenal job in making me like the character, right? For being just a dumb, stereotypical side character, he was great. And I always smiled every time it was on. And I remember after we first watched the movie for the very first time, that's all we could talk about. And I was mimicking him for like weeks with his fucking laugh and everything going on there. So overall, this gets a solid 4 out of 5 long-ass sex scenes. Like, those sex scenes are way longer than they need to be for a movie of this length. And I'm surprised that they were as aggressive as they were for this. Like I said, they're basically just softcore fucking porn that you're watching over there. So that is it for motherfucking Death Factory. I had a lot of fun going through this movie again and doing this review for everybody. And we are officially at the end of season 9, right? So this is the last episode, the last full episode. We're going to have one, mini-sode before we go into what is going to be the anniversary episode for the show, right? If you don't know, the show was started on 9/24, 10 years ago. So it is absolutely nuts that I've been doing this for 10 years, and I'm going to be starting what I consider to be the 10th season of the show. And I cannot thank everybody who continues to listen to this stupid show, this podcast that I've done for this long. I still can't believe that I started it at the age that I started it at. And there have been highs, there have been lows, there have been, things that I do a lot of this for the people that listen to the show and how much I appreciate those that interact with the show, how much I appreciate everybody that just takes the time to share it or talk about it, check out the other stuff that I've done. I cannot thank you guys enough. I know that I say this like every year, but I truly do mean it. Even Charlie, my cat, which you probably have heard a couple times in this episode, like I'm filming fucking Death Factory because she doesn't know how to be quiet and wants attention while I'm recording this thing. Like, she appreciates you guys very, very much as well. I just, again, I cannot say it and I cannot stress it enough. Like, I wouldn't be able to do the show without everybody out there that's listening to the show, anybody that's been on the show before. I don't have many guests, and, I pick and choose the people that I want to come on and I want to talk about movies with, and sometimes it tends to be only a few people, and it's cool that everybody still, stays around and, checks everything out, and it's honestly a genuine thing, and it chokes me up that even anybody wants to listen to this show. Whether you're listening to it because it randomly came on Pandora. I don't know how Pandora podcasts work. I don't know if you have to select it or I just get put in a queue and all of a sudden you're listening to 3 hours of a fucking idiot talk on the other line. To the people that have listening since the very first episodes that I did of this show. I really just cannot, and there's a lot of people that have dropped off and came back on and caught up, or, there's people that have come and gone too, and I know that's going to happen with any show that's there, because maybe the format changes, you don't like it, I start getting more long-winded because the way I do the show, I don't fucking know, but anybody who's ever had anything to do with helping the show get heard, I truly, truly appreciate all of you. And so, if this is your very first episode, it's very weird that this is your very first episode. It's possibly because you wanted to hear me talk about Death Factory. Now, I know there was one from 2014 as well, and so, unfortunately, I was not doing that episode. I was doing the one from 2002. So, hey, if you want to, you can follow me out there on the socials. I'm available on YouTube, youtube.com/@TerribleTerrorPodcast. You can check that one out. I also do, if you guys are interested at all, there's a lot of shows that I go to, music, concerts and stuff like that. And I always do like some audio or some like record some video sets and stuff like that. And you can check out the other channel, which is Toolbert. It's TOOLBERT. You can check out that channel. And that's primarily what that was. I had actually started doing some of the mini reviews. So there are some reviews, the Terrible Terror podcast, that are there, but I also re-uploaded them to the second channel, which is the main channel for this podcast, right? And so you want to go check those out. You're interested in that stuff. It's all there. And then check out the Twitters, which is T_T_podcast, Instagram, Terrible Terror Podcast, Facebook.com/Terrible Terror Podcast, TikTok, Terrible Terror Podcast. And as always, I am on Twitch. You can come chat with me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Terrible Terrors. And I've been trying to figure out maybe how to multi-stream over to YouTube so people could check out the stream there as well. And yeah, that's about it for this episode. Bloopers will be on the mini episode next week, so make sure that you check it out. Take care of yourselves and each other.